Coming up today on YouTube, triple header from U.S. Baseball Park. At high noon, it is the Republic Locos at the Nixa Suckers. At 3 o'clock, the Branson Showmen are at the Ozark Mountain Ducks. And at 6 p.m. on Baseball Night in the Ozarks, the Moon City Mavericks take on the Springfield Metropolitans in the Queens Derby. This concludes the mic check. Back with real baseball in just a moment.
What gets me out of bed every morning is the possibility of helping people. I want to give people back their peace of mind. I want to know they have a fighter in their corner when they've been the victim of someone else's negligence to help put their lives back together. I want them to know it's going to be okay. Our creed at Toll Repeal is tell them you need business. We want our clients to know that when they hire our law firm, the insurance companies are going to take them seriously. They're going to take their case serious. We leave no stone unturned in preparing your case. We are on the cutting edge of trial technology. We have 2 decades of trial experience in representing injured clients. We become a part of our client's struggle and take on that burden. We get our clients the justice they deserve. That's the rewarding part. the look on their face, their appreciation.
They know that our team has gone to battle for them and we have come out victorious. That is the most rewarding part.
We have carried their burden. We have walked in their steps. We have fought their fight.
Do you want to do more? Are you feeling called to help? Some will just hang on. Others will raise their hand to truly help. Phoenix Home Care is looking for raised hands. Phoenix Home Care and Hospice needs help. Phoenix Home Care is hiring immediately for caregivers who want to help people live life with dignity in their own homes. Take this time of crisis to seize an opportunity. Go to phoenixhomehc.com and click on the Careers tab. Be different. Make a difference. Choose Phoenix.
Phoenix Home Care and Hospice. I choose Phoenix.
When Gary and Sandra Henry started Henry's Towing nearly 5 decades ago, customers knew that Henry would be the guy coming to help. People would call and ask to let Henry do it. And as Springfield has grown, our family has grown as well. So there's always someone around to come help you out. Everyone at Henry's is a member of the family, fully trained and as dependable as the original. With a family this size, help is always right around the corner. So if you find yourself in need of roadside assistance, remember to call the name you've grown to know and trust. Remember to let Henry do it.
I'm Nicole Cartmel with the Bank of Missouri. Whether you're looking to pay bills or make a big purchase, sometimes you need cash quickly to take that next step. A consumer loan might be a perfect option to help you live well, bank well. Sonia McClendon, one of our branch managers, is here to explain.
Thank you, Nicole. We provide personal consumer loans for almost any purpose, from building your credit to financing that new car. We offer competitive rates, and decisions are made locally so we can get you the money that you need quickly. But what makes our consumer loans unique is that personal touch. For example, I recently worked with a customer to secure a loan for a horse trailer. He could have went elsewhere, but he chose to work with his bank because of that personal relationship that we've built with him. Being able to work with your personal banker that you know and trust makes a big difference.
That's right, because we work with our customers to help them live well, bank well. Get started at bankofmissouri.com.
Hi, I'm Mike Matheny, manager of the Kansas City Royals. I just wanted to wish Tony Lewis and the Grip and Rip League the best of luck on season 7. Way to keep playing the great sport of baseball. Play ball, guys. Have some fun and good luck.
And we welcome you into U.S. Baseball Park, home of the Grip and Rip Baseball League, among other things. But today, the men take the field. It is the Nixa Suckers taking on the Republic Locos. Both teams 1-0 headed into this non-divisional rivalry matchup. Republic Locos enter this game coming off of a 5-3 victory a week ago where they defeated the Springfield Metropolitans. The Nixa Suckers led 11-0 at one point in their game against the Branson Showmen, who valiantly battled back, but it was the Fish getting a 12-10 victory. Significant moment in Grip and Rip Baseball League history in that game as the reigning MVP, Josh Engler, collected the 100th strikeout of his Grip and Rip Baseball League career, needing just more than 2 seasons to do it.
Engler at 99, kicks and deals the 0-2, swing and a miss, he got him, and with that, Josh Engler has struck out 100 batters in his Grip and Rip Baseball League career, just the 3rd to ever do it. Shares a hug with his friend Eric Grisham there, the century mark for Josh Engler.
And Josh Engler came into the GRBL in 2020. It was an interesting time to be alive in the world, to put it mildly, but a very interesting time in the life of the Grip and Rip Baseball League. And as the GRBL has built its profile, we've seen an influx of new faces, and that was certainly the case here for the start of 2022, where 31 new rookies come into the league, and that was something that veterans like Josh Engler took notice of.
Absolutely, it has stepped up a lot. That's it's really nice. It's nice to see, you know, before you could see the latter half of the game maybe drop off a little bit, but with the overall talent coming in, we've got so many new faces.
So Josh Engler will get the ball today for the Nixa Suckers. He will be their starting pitcher. opposite Tyler Goodin for the Republic Locos. He is a rookie making his first start here in the GRBL. Goodin did pitch some last week. We'll bring you those numbers as we get a little bit closer on to go time. But the Republic Locos are anchored by a group of grizzled veterans, namely their two middle infielders. They've got Matt Spangler at second base, who has played for championship teams in each of his last 3 consecutive seasons in the league. And the shortstop is Caleb Cole, a 2-time Gold Glove Award winner, 1-time the MVP. And wouldn't you know it, in a crucial situation in the 9th inning a week ago, it was Spangler to Cole combining once again to close out a win.
Breaking ball. This is grounded to second. Spangler knocks it down. Throw to short. A spin by Cole. They turn to a 4-6-3 ball game. Bingo. A win for the Republic Locos on a whirly gig from Caleb Cole.
And so Caleb Cole and Matt Spangler like playing together. They were teammates back in 2019 when they won a championship as members of the Republic Ford Lincoln Raptors. That, of course, the second of 3 championships in the Justin Skinner dynasty. So as we get ready for today's game between the Suckers and the Locos, here's what you need to know before you head out to U.S. Baseball Park. This check of the weather powered by A&L Electric. It is 80 degrees right now, feels like about 82. We did have some rain in the overnight hours here in Ozark, Missouri last night, but I can tell you from having walked on the field, any added moisture we might have been enjoying today is completely gone. It's going to be dry, and the turf is going to play extremely fast. We've got winds just out of the very northwest, right about 6 miles per hour right now, so that is blowing in from that north side. It's going to come sort of third to first across the diamond here at U.S. Baseball Park, very slightly at the back of the right-handed hitter, but really not enough in the way of wind to be anything significant. We've got absolutely no chance of rain in our forecast today, just a few high clouds, maybe a jet trail or 2, but other than that, blue skies, sunny and bright all day long. That check of the weather powered by A&L Electric. Whether you have a residential project, you can trust the folks at A&L Electric. Let's turn to the docket. Well, after you've been injured due to the negligence or recklessness of another, you need a personal injury attorney who's ready to fight for you. Tolbert Beadle only works for victims of accidents and workers' compensation claims and never represents the interests of corporations or insurance companies. When you are owed compensation, the team at Tolbert Beadle will work relentlessly until you get the results you deserve. So here is what is on the docket. Starting lineups for both teams today. Republic Locos will be the visitor. They're in the gold jerseys with navy trim, navy blue hats, and white pants. They will lead off with the reigning Gold Glove Award winner, the first man ever inducted into the Grip and Rip Baseball League Hall of Fame. He is the shortstop, number 8, from Fairgrove, Missouri, Caleb Cole. Batting second is the center fielder, a newcomer to the league. He wears number 13. That's Trent Simpson. Batting third is the catcher, originally from Woodstock, Georgia, now studying to become a commercial pilot in Springfield, Missouri. He's number 2, Cole Hazelhorst. Batting fourth is the pitcher, who had a couple of big hits last week. Check that. He's starting at first base. We expect him to pitch a little bit later on today. That is number 10, the left-hander Kyle Carpenter. Batting fifth, playing right field, originally from Lee's Summit, Missouri, a diesel mechanic, number 6, Ethan Cole. Batting sixth is the left fielder, number 9, the Gripple Crown Award winner, Tyler Jones. Batting seventh, the designated hitter from Lebanon, Missouri, number 15, Logan Prock. Batting in the 8th spot, from Branson, Missouri, he's the second baseman, wears number 1, Matt Spangler. Batting ninth, playing third base today is the Locos player manager from Chicago, Illinois, number 24, Chris Mesa. And batting in the 10th spot, the extra hitter, number 4, Dusty Nealis. So it's Caleb Cole, Simpson, Hazelhorst, Carpenter, Ethan Cole, Jones, Prock, Spangler, Mesa, and Nealis for the Republic Locos. Battery mates to start us off. Cole Hazelhorst receiving pitches from Tyler Goodin, a left-hander from Strafford, Missouri. Got 1 2/3 innings of work. Someday I'm going to learn how to read baseball fractions out loud correctly. So 1 2/3 for Tyler Goodin a week ago. He's a 33-year-old lefty from North Arkansas College, originally from Stratford, Missouri, who served in the U.S. Marine Corps. ERA is at 10.8 coming into today's game. Goodin allowed 2 earned runs on 3 hits, struck out 3, walked 2, and pretty typical mixed bag debut performance for a rookie. Goodin looks to iron things out. Chris Mesa has moved him to the starting spot. And that's going to be typical for the Locos to throw a lot of different looks in terms of pitching as the season goes on. That is something Chris Mesa indicated he would do in his post-game interview last week. So we'll probably see several different starters over the course of the first half of the season, at least for Republic. On the docket for the Nixa Suckers, they are the home team on the scoreboard today in their red jerseys, gray caps, and gray pants. They will be wearing gray pants all season long, whether or not they are the home or the away team, because their manager, Courtney Spitz, feels like it just looks better. So they will lead off with the right fielder. He wears number 1 from Cabot, Arkansas. That's Hayden Gibson. Batting second is the center fielder, number 3, R.J. Neese. Batting third, the first baseman from Nixa, Missouri, number 16, J.D. Payne. Batting fourth is the pitcher wearing number 13 from Mount Vernon, Missouri, the GRBL's newest century man, Josh Engler. Batting fifth is the player manager. He's the catcher, number 6, Courtney Spitz. Batting sixth, the third baseman, number 8, Matthew DeLeonardo. Batting seventh, the second baseman, number 12, from Greenfield, Missouri, Eric Grisham. Batting eighth is the left fielder. He wears number 2, Scott Wilson. Batting ninth, the extra hitter, is number 10, Chance Ferris. And batting 10th is the shortstop, wearing number 4 from Buffalo, Missouri, Dalton Winkler. So it's Gibson, Neese, Payne, Engler, Spitz, DeLeonardo, Grisham, Wilson, Ferris, and Winkler. For the Nixa Suckers, it will be manager Courtney Spitz receiving pitches from his ace, Josh Engler, to start us off. We will step aside, come right back, bring you first pitch and a whole lot more as the Grip and Rip Baseball League's first Sunday triple header of 2022 gets going. And it is right after this. Don't go anywhere.
Now at Domino's, we're more than just hand-tossed pizza for $7.99. We're $7.99 gluten-free crust, $7.99 handmade pan crust, $7.99 Brooklyn-style crust, and $7.99 crunchy thin crust, too. Carry out 3-topping pizzas on any of Domino's 5 crusts for just $7.99 each.
Acme Towing Company. That's too far away. Let Henry's do it.
Nah, we're ready to close.
Let Henry's do it.
Henry's is ready to take your call right now. From compacts to semis, Henry is here to help 24/7. Save yourself the hassle and make us your first call. Henry's gets there fast. Offering multiple locations to serve the Ozarks. When you're stuck on the side of the road, make the right call. Let Henry do it.
Acme Towing Company. That's too far away. Let Henry's do it.
Nah, we're ready to close.
Let Henry's do it.
Henry's is ready to take your call right now. From compacts to semis, Henry is here to help 24/7. Save yourself the hassle and make us your first call. Henry's gets there fast. Offering multiple locations to serve the Ozarks. When you're stuck on the side of the road, make the right call. Let Henry do it.
Baseball is America's pastime. And friends, now more than ever, it's important to hold on to our traditions. There's a rumbling in the Ozarks. Baseball is a tradition that softens the hard blows that life can sometimes give us. Traditions that bind us as families, that binds us as communities, but most importantly, binds us as Americans. Welcome to the Grip and Rip Baseball League.
And in season 1, that talent level with those 4 teams that we initially drafted in the original 60, it supported everything that I thought that Ozark could be in what the GRBL could be.
It's that nostalgic, bring you back to the glory days feeling of being able to say, man, this is awesome. This is exactly how I remembered it.
The experience of stepping in the batter's box, looking the pitcher in the eye, and you're like, he's trying to strike you out, you're trying to get a hit, I've not found that feeling anywhere else in the world ever. It's just something that can never be matched except right there on the baseball field.
I appreciate the league because it's given me an opportunity to go out and love baseball again and just enjoy it.
You put the competitive aspect of it with the fun that the guys have in the dugout and the different ages and stuff, and you just can't miss. Like, you just cannot mess up. Like, you're going to have a great time.
I get to be around new faces every year. I get to be around new people that love the game as much as I do. And that's really why I do it. And, of course, I still get to compete against the pitcher.
Coming into Grip and Rip, it was just everything that I was really hoping for. When you first hear about it, it's like, oh, it's a men's baseball league, you know, how competitive can it really be? It's not until you step out there and tryouts or the first game of the year, you're like, oh, dang, these guys are legit.
It's a one-of-a-kind deal, so it's awesome to be part of. So just to explain kind of what all goes into the league itself, people are kind of blown away by it. So then they understand why I'm taking it seriously.
It sounds silly, everybody talks about it, but GRBL is a brotherhood. Whether it's your teammates or the other team, it doesn't matter how old you are. We're all brothers, we're all baseball players, and that's just a simple thing about it.
Yeah, it's funny, like with my 9-year-old, she's like, Dad, you're so good at baseball, like you're so good out there. And it's like, if you only knew I'm not necessarily batting that good out there. You know? So, but they're going to remember the good things. That's the cool thing about kids.
My kids have never seen me play ball like that. You know, I talk about it a lot, but it's really hard to put into true context until you get out there and your kids see you play ball on the field.
I'm more excited for this than I think I've ever been with anything regarding baseball. People make an impact on you throughout the season.
Looking back at it, that's kind of what this league is about. Obviously, to go out and compete, but have fun again and kind of have that heart of a kid.
It is a 100% true love of the game. It has zero to do with contracts or money that's being thrown around right now. It's because they want to be there to play a children's game at a high level.
Swing and a miss. He got him, and the Moon City Mavericks have done it 4-0. They defeat Nixa today. Clay Murphy punctuates it with a strikeout, and the Mavericks are going to play for the ultimate prize. The coveted Howard Bell Trophy will be in the balance.
Every single one of us, I feel like we left every game with a smile on our face. And I think that's the biggest thing for a lot of us.
We won games because we played as a team. We got behind, we came back as a team, and somebody was always getting a big hit. So it was a total team.
And we welcome you into U.S. Baseball Park, Week 2 of the 2022 season in the Grip and Rip Baseball League. Josh Engler fires a first pitch to Caleb Cole that is ripped into left field. That's going to trickle to the wall. Cole turning at first. Suckers will cut the throw at third base, and we are underway with a double. Before I can even say hello once again, everybody, I'm Rance Berger. My partner for this one is Brandon Shipman, and Shippy right out of the gate. Caleb Cole sees a pitch from Josh Engler that he turns on and drives.
That's 2 weeks in a row with doubles off of Engler and Clay. That's two great pitchers, and he's 2 doubles 2 weeks in a row.
Well, that'll get things started all right for the Republic Locos, as they now send the left-hander Trent Simpson out of Missouri Valley College to the plate. Didn't even get to tell folks that Caleb Cole batting in the Anderson Engineering leadoff spot. There was no take. There was no nothing. Trent Simpson took a strike, and we will maybe try to settle in here. This is Engler pitching for the Nixa Suckers. There's a back pick throw, and that got away from him. That's going to be an error charge to Engler as Cole advances to third now.
They're not going to be able to give things to the Locos like that. This team is too scrappy to just give things to like that.
And nobody out, and a runner at third for Trent Simpson. Excellent opportunity here, just underway from U.S. Baseball Park, as Simpson chased on a ball slightly out there. Swing and a miss. It's a drop to third, strike. Spitz looks down the runner Cole, then fires to first. That's to Payne in time. That is strikeout number 104 in the career of Josh Engler as he gets Trent Simpson.
not bad. 104. And how many seasons has he played?
This is his third.
That's
so
crazy.
2 seasons plus 2 games. You're only looking at like 18 games about thereabouts to do it. Very impressive stuff. So Engler a week ago, 4 innings pitched. He allowed 2 earned on 5 hits and struck out 6. Slider in to Cole Hazelhorst. Nothing doing. Cole Hazelhorst looking for his first hit of the season. Chased a slider outside there. Engler working him in and then out. 1-1, 1 out. The runner at third for Republic is Cole. Fastball swung on and popped up. This is going to stay on the playing surface. Suckers fielders arguing over it, and J.D. Payne just inadvertently clocked Eric Grisham, but Payne made the catch. What do you do there, Shippy? You're a second baseman.
That was clearly the first baseman's ball. The first baseman didn't move, and he just ran right into him.
Well, all's well that ends well. J.D. Payne, in addition to being a good baseball player, was a standout defensive lineman at Nixa High School, and see why there.
Yeah.
As Eric Grisham's body was the one doing all the giving in that situation.
It's a big old boy out there.
So 2 outs. Excellent opportunity for the Locos as Kyle Carpenter lifts one in the air to left. In to get that and to make the catch is Scott Wilson. So that's 3 outs. So excellent opportunity for Republic, but they come away with nothing. We stay scoreless. Well, Brandon, just underway here. Pretty beautiful day for baseball.
It's real nice out here.
And these teams, both 1-0 after nice wins last week. I know you're familiar with players from both clubs, having played in the league and trained with some of these guys. Yep. So one thing I'm keeping an eye on today would be the Coles. They're from Lee's Summit, Caleb and Ethan. Their first game as teammates in 14 years. A week ago.
They were real excited about it too.
That's wild. That's they're only a year apart, but so you think, they probably played together, throughout their childhoods, but not really.
Yeah, not much. And then Ethan went to Nashville, started recording music, so
Yeah.
they haven't had a chance to play together for a long time. And he came back, and now they get this opportunity. And I've talked to both of them about it, and they're both real excited to be able to play together.
So Ethan gets the start today in right field. Caleb Cole, of course, a familiar spot for GRBL fans at shortstop. I actually listened to one of Ethan's albums a couple days ago when I was mowing the grass. The Only Way I Know.
It's a real good album.
It is cool. Yeah, I really like it. I had no idea Caleb Cole had a brother who was a country music artist, but
yeah, he's good too. I worked out with Caleb during the whole off season, and then I got to know Ethan through text messaging and stuff because Caleb was like, "Hey, you should get together with my brother because I like to play music. I'm not good at it, but I play it."
Sure.
And I was going to meet up with Ethan to play catch, and on the way there, I was listening to his album because I had just been listening to it, and I was like, I better change it because it's real weird if I just roll up listening to his music. So I had to put something else on real quick. But yeah, it's a good album, real good.
A couple of those tracks, he's got a little bit of everything. He's got some fun songs. He's got a lot of heartbreak songs. And if I didn't know any better, I'd swear we have the same ex-girlfriend by some of the behaviors he describes. But yeah, Ethan Cole knows how to hit you right in the feelers.
I think we all have that ex-girlfriend, though. I think that's all of our stories. I'm pretty sure.
Well, yeah, I like songs that tell stories, and his do. So this is Tyler Goodin on the hill. Like I said, first start for him in the GRBL. It will be his second pitching appearance, scheduled to face Gibson, Nice, and Payne for the Nixa Suckers. Tyler Goodin, 33 years old, from Strafford, Missouri, was a stud at Strafford High School, played at North Arkansas College, and then ended up serving some time in the military. And so really has not been playing hardball in quite a while. So nothing like, getting away from the game, coming back in, and second game back, you are the starting pitcher.
That's exciting. That's awesome for him.
Jump right in the pool.
He's got solid defense behind him, too.
Well, I think that's the thought process for Chris Mesa. He said, I purposely drafted 4 pitchers, and I feel like I can use them in different orders, different combinations. So we're going to try some things. Kind of stealing directly from Daniel England, whose Moon City Mavericks won the championship a season ago.
That's his whole deal. That's how he drafts every year.
So Hayden Gibson stands in. He's in the Anderson Engineering leadoff spot today for the Nixa Suckers, originally from Branson, now lives in Cabot, Arkansas. That's outside of Little Rock. First pitch to him was a ball low.
I'm a big fan of Hayden Gibson. I don't know why. I don't know him on a personal level. I just played with him and against him last year, but he's fun to watch. He's an exciting ball player.
You're glad when he's on your team, and yeah, it's pretty difficult when he's on the other side. One of those guys. Swings and chops this one to the second baseman. Spangler runs to his right and then pivots and throws. That's a tough ball when you have to run and then shift your direction to make the throw like that.
It is. He made a real good play on that.
So RJ Neese swinging a red-hot bat. He was our Elite Promotions Elite Performer of the Game a week ago. 2 for 3 with a double. 3 runs batted in and 2 walks. But check this. This is not RJ Neese. This is Chandler Maples batting in Neese's spot. So
it's a real quick pinch hitter.
Yeah, they did not waste any time, did the Nixa Suckers. Not sure what that move is all about. If there's anything wrong with RJ Neese. So Chandler Maples from Clever, Missouri, a wildlife scientist. He is 0 for 2.
Anytime your profession has the word scientist in it, I think that's an exciting thing.
Yeah, that's what he went to school to do. Could have gone a lot of different ways. For a while, he was working here in Ozark at the Bass Pro Shops establishment here. Breaking ball. He is 24. Once asked him how he was doing, he said, "I'm on a baseball field, so today is a good day."
Amen.
How do you not like a guy with that kind of attitude? Grounder to the shortstop, Caleb Cole. The Gold Glove still fits. Handled that one pretty easily, and it's 2 away for the Fish. Brings up J.D. Payne. So Payne, the first baseman, made a great catch in traffic in the top half of this inning. Keep it scoreless. And stood in like the Rock of Gibraltar against his teammate Grisham. Payne from Nixa. He did not move. From College of the Ozarks, J.D. Payne. Breaking pitch, swing and a miss.
Good cut.
J.D. teaches and coaches fast pitch softball at Hurley High School and also coaches some youth baseball in Nixa. So the 0-1 with 2 outs. Goodin. Kind of watching his throwing motion. He is very deliberate with the way he brings that knee up and kind of corks up his body before he brings everything downhill and home.
Yeah, real slow delivery and then just kind of sneaky fast fastballs.
2-1. What do they say? Slow is smooth and smooth is fast.
It's something like that.
Something along those lines. Breaking ball in as a strike thrown on that inner half. Yeah, J.D. Payne nodding.
Looks like he just got rung up on strike 2.
I've got an exuberant man in charge today. I like it. Yes, Deuce is wild. It's 2-2-2. That is on the inner half. Payne takes a golf swing. Caleb Cole with it at short. His sidearm throw is across to Kyle Carpenter in time. So grounders on the infield, 3 up and 3 down. We stay scoreless. So Brandon and I are back to bring you the second inning right after this. It is the Grip and Rib Baseball League coverage on YouTube brought to you by Central Bank of the Ozarks.
When times are tough, you turn to the people you trust. For more than 100 years, Central Bank has weathered many a storm, and through it all, shown what it means to be a true community bank. Our people are working right now to keep your money moving, to keep your businesses strong, to keep our community strong. Central Bank has been named a Forbes magazine top 100 bank for 12 years in a row. When we say strong roots, we mean it. Central Bank. Strong roots, endless possibilities. Member FDIC.
Rantsberger, Brandon Shipman back with you live at US Baseball Park, where we are scoreless between the Nixa Suckers and the Republic Locos. Just underway the first game of what will be 3 today. Yes, the GRBL Sunday triple header, a tradition unlike any other. Brandon, you know it well. Just $5 gets you in the gate. Kids 12 and under are free. If you can handle about 9 hours of baseball, we'll deliver it for you.
And that's a cheap 9 hours of baseball, too.
Well, you don't have to commit to all 9. I mean, even if you just watch one game, it's still
it's totally worth it.
It's a good cheap date opportunity, that's for sure.
That's true. And there's beer, there's burgers. It's all here.
Might have to go invade a soft pretzel a little bit later today. This is Ethan Cole leading off for Republic in the second. Looks at a ball from Josh Engler. Ethan Cole got his first RBI a week ago.
Sack fly, I think, right?
Well, yeah, he had a little Texas leaguer. So he is officially 1 for 3 with a single, and yes, indeed, a sack fly. So 333. The average, and one of those rare events where the on-base percentage is actually lower than the average. You don't see that a lot in the GRBL, but I got a feeling Ethan will balance some things out as the year goes on. So the OBP right now sits at 250. Looked at a strike high and tight.
How bad do you think he wants to have a better season than his Hall of Fame brother?
Well, I think right now he's getting his legs under him, but yes, I think a little brotherly competition is going to kick in. That'll do it nicely.
Right there. Let's just copy, just like
Caleb Cole had a double in the first. Ethan Cole has a double to kickstart it in the second, rolled it right down that third base line, and so he is aboard.
Anything you can do, I can do better, right?
I'm sure Mr. and Mrs. Cole are loving that. They usually watch GRBL games up in Lee's Summit, so happy to have them aboard. Ethan Cole aboard for Tyler Jones, the 2021 Gripple Crown winner. TJ wears number 9. 1 for 2 on this campaign with a double and 1 batted in.
I think TJ is easily one of my favorite people I've ever met. He's just a real funny guy, and he just is so nice and a great ball player.
Yeah. He's got that subtle, funny thing where he'll say something and then he might catch up with you a couple of minutes later.
That's exactly right. That's the best kind of funny.
Tyler Jones now ahead in the count, 2-1, facing Josh Engler. He's wanting a fastball here, but Engler being a little bit particular against a pretty dangerous hitter. There's a fastball. Jones got under it. That's going to stay on the infield. Dalton Winkler, the shortstop, settles under it for Nixa, and it's 1 away.
Yeah, TJ's not going to be happy about that one.
Yeah, but you see, like, he walks off. He's kind of laughing to himself. And I think as much as that's kind of the way Tyler deals with adversity, I think it can get mistaken sometimes for him not taking it seriously.
Right.
Believe me, he does. Like, you will not find anyone more competitive than Tyler Jones. But he's also not afraid to laugh at himself in moments like that. So this is Logan Prock. He is in the DH spot today for Republic. Looked at a strike there. Logan is a teacher up in Lebanon, Missouri.
That's where he's from.
Making about a 90-mile one-way drive to play ball with us every Sunday, but has done so for 5 years. This is year number 6 for him.
He was on my team when I played for the Shockers my rookie year.
Yeah, it would have been 18.
I believe that's right.
Yeah.
That was a fun team.
That was my rookie year as well.
Was it?
So Logan Prock now 1-1 with Josh Engler. Swings at a fastball. That's grounded sharply to Eric Grisham at second, who makes
a tough play.
A tough play look easy. It's a 4-3, but the runner does advance to third. So with 2 outs, Locos again have a man on third. This time, Matt Spangler has the chance to break this scoreless tie. Spanky 0 for 2 thus far this season. He was 9 for 26 last year with Moon City. Had 7 runs batted in and an OBP up at 393.
Dang, that's good.
Sneaky underrated is always what I like to say about Matt Spangler as he puts one in the air to right. That's going to drop in, base hit, and a run scores. The Locos lead 1-0. Matt Spangler Nothing fancy there. Just reached out and sent a ball oppo to bring the run across.
Spangler's just a scrappy veteran in this league. Like he does all the little things right. He's not flashy, but he does the things that he needs to do, and he does them at the right time.
And he, as good as he is, he really ought to have higher draft positions than he typically, and he just really ought to be in conversations more about, who's good, because he's a plus defender and he's a clutch hitter.
He's consistent. He's just so consistent.
So here is Chris Mesa wearing the collar so far in 2022. He's 0 for 4.
He'll turn it around.
He's too good of a hitter not to.
He is one of the smartest baseball minds of people I've ever met. Like he knows the science behind hitting, and it's just fun to watch. He was on that Shockers team with me too. And one day, me and Nick Bacon were out in the batting cages, just the two of us hitting before the game. And Chris came up and started showing us stuff. And it was a whole I played baseball my whole life, and he taught me things in that one day I'd never heard of.
So Mesa now 1-1. Took a hack and sent one foul down the third base line. Locos now lead 1-0 on the RBI by Spangler. Mesa lays off that slider on the outer half.
Mesa had a good draft this year.
Well, I mean, we talk about stealing from Daniel England. I think he watched very closely how Moon City won the championship last year,
right?
Because he liberally took some tactics from Daniel England, and you're right. It was a great looking draft as Engler handles that grounder to get out of the inning. So 1-0 for the Locos. A double by Ethan Cole. Logan Prock moved the man over, and then Matt Spangler brought him home. So the Crazy Train leads 1-0. Brandon and I are back right after this. It is the Grip and Rip Baseball League, brought to you live and free right here on YouTube all day long.
I'm Nicole Cartnell with the Bank of Missouri. Whether you're looking to pay bills or make a big purchase, sometimes you need cash quickly to take that next step. A consumer loan might be a perfect option to help you live well, bank well. Sonia McClendon, one of our branch managers, is here to explain.
Thank you, Nicole. We provide personal consumer loans for almost any purpose, from building your credit to financing that new car. We offer competitive rates, and decisions are made locally so we can get you the money that you need quickly. But what makes our consumer loans unique is that personal touch. For example, I recently worked with a customer to secure a loan for a horse trailer. He could have went elsewhere, but he chose to work with his bank because of that personal relationship that we've built with him. Being able to work with your personal banker that you know and trust makes a big difference.
That's right, because we work with our customers to help them live well, bank well. Get started at bankofmissouri.com.
So the Republic Locos lead the Nixa Suckers 1-0. We're in the bottom of the second in this Battle of the Unbeatens, a non-divisional game today, but the Republic Locos, by virtue of their win and then losses by Moon City and Springfield last week, are currently in sole possession of first place in the GRBL North. So week 2 might be a little bit early, perhaps, Brandon Shipman, for me to get all antsy about playoff implications. But when you have a 7-game regular season, playoff implications are always there.
We are in playoff baseball week 1 in this league. That's just how it works.
So Josh Engler has a chance to help his cause, facing Tyler Goodin. Laid down a bunt that will trickle just foul, and Chris Mesa, the third baseman, patiently waited to touch up. So Engler, very good hitter. Career-wise, he's 1 for 2 with a triple and 3 batted in this year. He was 12 for 33 a season ago.
He had such a good year last year on both sides.
Well, that's why he's the MVP.
That'll do it, won't it?
Down 0-1 here against Tyler Goodin. Facing a lefty this time. Looks at one low.
The MVP conversation last year it wasn't a hands down. I feel like there were some other guys in that mix that were real close.
Those end of the year awards are always controversial, and maybe not controversial, but a spirited discussion is always had. And ultimately, it's the 6 managers of the 6-member clubs are the guys who have the votes for that.
Do they get to vote for their own players?
1 and 2. Yes, they do.
Okay, I didn't know how that works.
Yep. So there's kind of an ad hoc, well, not really even an ad hoc list of finalists, but yeah, managers are encouraged to put up, who do you think is your MVP? And that can even be a tough conversation on one team, let alone 6. Engler grounds out to Caleb Cole, who has been a busy man. That is his 3rd consecutive assist on a putout.
He loves it. That's what he's here for. He's here to play defense. I don't care what he says.
Nixa Suckers are feeding him on the ground to the shortstop today. It's going to bring up Courtney Spitz. So he had a monstrous day last Sunday. 2 for 3, a triple, a double, 3 batted in. He walked twice.
And probably didn't get them out of the game. So.
He did not.
So
he stayed in the hunt.
That's a good week for Courtney.
Swings and grounds this one up the middle, and the hot bat continues for Courtney Spitz. That's a single in any league out into center field. And so he is the Suckers' first base runner. They trail 1-0.
Somebody must have mentioned a no-hitter in the stands and ruined it.
Well, it's a one-hitter now, at least, as Matthew DeLeonardo out of Springfield, Missouri, steps in. He is originally from Springfield, Missouri, went to Kickapoo High School, then Sonoma State University. 25 years old. Now we'll see Goodin go to the stretch. So that high leg kick, well, he still kicks. No slide step. Fired that one outside for ball 1.
Goodin's having a solid first start.
1-0 here. Inside. Tied him up. That will even the count. So Matthew DeLeonardo had his first hit and first RBI a week ago in that 12-10 win over the Branson Showmen. That's inside. It gets away from the catcher Hazelhorst and will allow Spitz to advance into scoring position. Just a bouncer that got away from the catcher there.
A rare ball to get past Hazelhorst.
Yes, Hazelhorst, one of the certainly the best defenders behind the plate in the league. Nevertheless, and Spitz is thinking about taking off. Nobody held him. He stuttered, and then that got into Goodin's head as he puts one into the zone for DeLeonardo to send to right. Spitz is going to run, slide. He is safe, and we are tied 1-1. Smart base running there from Courtney Spitz, Brandon.
It sure was. Yeah, he was ready to go. Before the pitch was even thrown, he was getting in the pitcher's head, and then as soon as it was hit, he was on the move.
Matthew DeLeonardo, for his part, saw what you would probably call a mistake pitch, just sent that out into right field, taking what is given. So he is on second base now for Eric Grisham, who looks at one way up and out. So on the flip side of that, it's a tie ball game. If you're Tyler Goodin, you've just got to calm down here and think, okay, I made a mistake. Deep breath. And we are going to have a mound visit.
Conversation about that. They're going to tell him the same thing you were saying, Lance. I know it.
So this is Chad Link. He's an assistant coach for the Locos. I was originally going to try out to be a player, but an injury put the brakes on that. So Chad Link is going to go out and have a word with Tyler Goodin. And Cole Hazelhorst, I think, just heading out to be a reassuring presence, perhaps.
Yeah.
So 1-2-1. There is some activity going on in the Republic pen. That is John Bortz, a right-hander up. So Bortz was the starter a week ago for Republic. Out of Joplin, Missouri. I was pitched very well. I was a little bit surprised to see Goodin get the start, but Mesa said, hey, I drafted 4 pitchers. I'm going to try each of them as starters, closers, and middle guys. So we're going to try something different.
Yeah, find the best spot for those guys. Just like last year on the Ducks, we started the year having Nick Young start, and he ended up pitching the last 5 innings of all the games. So
yeah, he got to where he really liked, taking an inning or 2 on the infield and then going out to the pen and kind of getting ready on his own time. So here we go. Conference is over. The 1-0 to Grisham. He checked it, but not to the liking of the plate umpire. It's a Steve Reich. Yeah, you know, the innings limits and the requirement that each team change pitchers at least twice in a game, that does create some unique elements of strategy for the grip and rip as compared to other leagues.
I think it's good for the league, though. I don't care what Matlock says. It's good.
Swing and a single out into left field. Suckers are going to send the runner. That is Matthew DiLeonardo, and Eric Grisham drives in the run with a pretty hit out into left. It is 2-1 for the Suckers. And so Grisham's on first for Scott Wilson. Left-handed farmer out of Neosho, Missouri. He now lives in Miller. That's where the Wilson farm is. 1 for 1 this season is Scott Wilson. And here's another mound visit, so that's going to be it. John Bortz will come on. It is a Henry's Towing pitching change for the Republic Locos as they now trail 2-1, and in the second inning, that is going to be all for Tyler Goodin. And so John Bortz, Brandon, interesting case. He is currently lives in Joplin, Missouri, where he works in food production. His job title is Quality Food Safety Manager. 41 years old, originally from Wisconsin, went to the University of Wisconsin La Crosse and played a lot of town team baseball, as they call it up in Wisconsin. So amateur ball, some of those leagues in Wisconsin, Minnesota, you'll see it some in Iowa and Michigan as well. It's like guys will play, you know, a Friday, Saturday, Sunday game, and their seasons will go, you know, roughly May to the end of August. So it's a 4-month stretch. They'll play about 30 games over the course of a summer.
That's a lot of games.
It's a different approach to amateur baseball compared to what we do here in the GRBL. So Bortz, again, 41 years old, has a kind of a peculiar sinking action when he throws from the full wind. Really intentional about, you know, the footwork, the leg work, everything below that throwing arm, basically. And had a great debut. 3 innings pitched, none earned on 4 hits, struck out 2, did not walk anybody, did give up 2 extra base hits. That was really the knock, but the ERA is at 0.00 for John Bortz.
If you're going to drive from Joplin, you might as well have a good time doing it, I guess, right?
And yeah, he's determined to make that effort count. That's a good point. You know, he's driving, gosh, that's probably, I know it's about 60 miles of Interstate 44 at least, probably more like 70, depending on where in Joplin he lives. And then another 10 or so to come over to Ozark. So
it's quite a drive.
That's a haul. So Bortz, I think he either lost track of how many warm-up pitches he had or said, fine, I'll take one more. You want me to take one more? Sure. Fires the fastball to Hazelhorst, and he's good to go. So John Bortz facing Scott Wilson. So a little Joplin versus Neosho here. That's a rivalry from the far southwestern stretch of the state.
It is. Scott's, I worked out with him. It was close to the end, right before the season started, and his swing looks real good this year. He did a lot of tee work out on his farm, and his swing looks real nice this year.
He got a taste of the action a season ago as a member of the Ozark Mountain Ducks and wanted more, showed bunt, and that almost ended up being catastrophic for Wilson, but the bat did hit the baseball and it went foul. That was a little bit dangerous. Scott Wilson, 31 years old, standing in the batter's box against the 41-year-old Bortz.
Good pitcher too, Scott.
Yes, and I would suspect we will see him pitch before today is done. 0-1 is a breaking ball. Wilson got under it and fouled it back to the screen. See if he changes up his approach now, down 0-2, looking to protect. And if you're Bortz, the idea is just limit the damage, keep that deficit at 1 run. We're at 2-1 here in the bottom of the second, and then give the Locos a chance to kickstart it again in the third. 1 out. Fastball swung, lifted, foul again. So 3 foul balls for Scott Wilson.
It's really battling.
Crowds in that left-handed batter's box. A little bit of a dance. Waiting to see when Bortz would set. There he goes. Another 0-2. That's outside. Let's keep an eye on John Bortz's footwork. He really bends down to look in for that sign, then stands up to come set, brings the ball down to the belt. And he's got a good slide step as Scott Wilson again fouls one off. So we stay 1-2, but this is pitch number 6 of the plate appearance.
That's a real good battle up here. On both sides.
They're getting after it here. Wilson against Bortz. 1-run ball game. 1-2 pitch ran in on him. That'll make it 2-2. And Eric Grisham, the runner, was 1 out, 2 strikes. I suspect he might stay put here, Shippy.
Yeah, I don't expect him to go anywhere.
That's just a very short 2-step respectful lead. Ooh, just outside, and Wilson just held off.
That's a good pitch and 2 strikes.
So we're full, 3-2. Full house. So Wilson comes set in the box, and now Bortz steps off. Grisham 2 steps back, and he's on the bag. That might have just been Bortz, something got out of sequence for him rather than a play on Grisham.
Right. Bortz is looking for a ground ball double play here.
3-2, swung on, and it is grounded, but foul. Scott Wilson hanging in. This is the 9th pitch of the sequence coming up here. He is making John Bortz work after he jogged out of the bullpen here in the 2nd inning.
It's a rough first batter, 9 pitches.
Well, no matter the outcome, credit Wilson for doing his job. Quality at bat anyway. Here's the 3-2. Never mind. He steps off. Spoke too soon there.
Yeah, he must think he's trying to go. I don't know. That's not much of a lead he's got out there.
Definitely not. So Grisham 2 steps off of first base again. Bortz from the belt. Ran it inside and walked him.
That was close.
Not to the liking of the man in charge, so the free pass.
What a good at-bat.
That's, short of an extra base hit, that went pretty well for Scott Wilson, I'd say.
Was it 11 pitches?
Yes. So that puts runners on first and second for Chance Ferris. He's the number 9 hitter for the Suckers. Out of Marionville, Missouri, sends one into left. That drops down for a base hit. 1 more run will score. Wilson has to hold at second, but it is 3-1 for the Nixa Suckers on a base hit from Chance Ferris.
They're having quite an inning.
Well, 3 runs and counting. Still just 1 out on the board. Puts men on first and second for the number 10 hitter. This is Dalton Winkler, 27-year-old from Buffalo, Missouri. He's a physical therapy assistant and is 1 for 3 on the campaign. Doesn't have any RBIs. Well, that was a slider in. A little late on the point, but a strike nonetheless.
He'd love to get that first RBI right now.
Well, he's got a good man on second base to do it. Scott Wilson is quick. Slider for a swinging strike there. So instead, Winkler falls behind 0-2 against a potentially frustrated and vengeful John Bortz. One out, 0-2. Fastball swung on and chopped. Spangler with it at second. He will get 1, and turn 2. It's a 4-3 double play, but not before the Nixa Suckers strike and strike hard. They lead it 3-1. We will go to the third inning right after this. It is the Grip and Rip Baseball League, title sponsor of GRBL baseball this season. Henry's Towing. Remember, when you get into a jam, let Henry do it.
When Gary and Sandra Henry started Henry's Towing nearly 5 decades ago, customers knew that Henry would be the guy coming to help. People would call and ask to let Henry do it. And as Springfield has grown, our family has grown as well, so there's always someone around to come help you out. Everyone at Henry's is a member of the family, fully trained and as dependable as the original. With a family this size, help is always right around the corner. So if you find yourself in need of roadside assistance, remember to call the name you've grown to know and trust. Remember to let Henry do it.
I need to change. My workouts are too boring. Oh, I've got an amazing workout for you. Hot yoga. I've lost weight and I'm more flexible.
Try our community classes for only $8. Sumit's Hot Yoga. You are going to feel awesome.
Three runs on 4 hits for the Nixa Suckers in the second inning. And that's a big reason why pitcher Josh Engler now goes out to the hill with a 3-1 lead to protect. And I suspect Brandon Shipman, we will see Engler take a little bit more of a relaxed approach. I think every pitcher likes throwing from the lead. And
yeah, it's nice. As good as he is, he knows what he's doing out there. And with that lead, he's going to be able to throw the pitches in the right spot.
Dusty Nealis bats for the Locos, swung at a strike there. Nealis from Rogersville, Missouri. He's a tire store manager. Say a big thank you to our friends at Plaza Tire Services. They're his player sponsor here in 2022. Dusty 0-for-2 so far with a strikeout. He's 30 years old. Played baseball at Kickapoo High School. Bouncer in the dirt from Engler. Nice block from Spitz. It's 1-2 now. Nealis. Ooh, bailed out on a breaking pitch, and that is a strikeout from Josh Engler. Well, that is a rookie standing in against a veteran, and yeah, you see why Josh Engler's slider pretty nasty as he rings up Nealis' second strikeout of the day for Engler. So back to the Anderson Engineering leadoff spot, and back to Caleb Cole for the Locos, 1-for-1 today. He looked at a fastball, apparently too high.
Caleb's not very tall, so
that's got to be it. Back to the fastball goes Engler. That is a strike thrown.
Interesting.
I think it might be getting a little headsy out there.
I don't think Caleb likes it too much.
I don't think Engler likes it too much either. So I guess if both teams are equally frustrated, the man behind the dish is calling a pretty nice game. There's a slider for a strike on an appeal. Ooh, boy.
An interesting at bat we're having.
It's something. So 1-2. Cole back in the box. Engler fired him another breaker. That is swung on, tailing foul down that left field line. Caleb Cole almost
just foul.
Did it again. Well, the wind is out of the north, but not gusting enough to move that ball at all. Caleb Cole now with 48 hits in his GRBL career, so closing in on a pretty special milestone. Fastball, outer half, no. 2-2.
There's probably not much more of a fun matchup than Caleb Cole against Josh.
I mean, this is just it. This is just two heavyweights.
This is good baseball right here.
Standing in. 1 out. It's a 3-1 ball game. Suckers lead the Locos. Engler's pitch. That was a slider that didn't slide as Cole bails out. Actually, that might have been a 4-seam fastball that didn't run.
That was got here as a radar gun.
That was coming. You know, we've we've threatened it, but I think it would result in too many injuries. Here's a 3-2 swing and a miss. Josh Engler, bow in his neck. Cole took a long look back at him, but he's going to have to go have a seat.
Engler won the battle of the MVPs that time.
So Trent Simpson stands in. He's from Springfield, Missouri, a loan officer, 26 years old, works for Patio. 2 for 4, or check that, make that 2 for 5 in his GRBL career with a couple of singles and a couple of strikeouts. Looked at a ball inside.
2 for 5 is a good start for a career.
It's not bad. Simpson, after high school, played collegiately at Missouri Valley College. That's NAIA.
Yep.
He's
Vikings,
ahead 2-0, grounds that one up the middle just under the glove of the pitcher Josh Engler. He's a little frustrated with himself, but a nice piece of hitting for Trent Simpson.
That's what they need. They need to get someone to pop open the cork so they can just dump it out behind them.
We'll bring up Cole Hazelhorst out of Woodstock, Georgia. Studying to become a commercial pilot, just 22 years old, second year in the league. Was recruited out here by Zach Ralph from the Moon City Mavericks. Had 10 hits as a rookie, still looking for his first one as a sophomore. Oh, that's right. It's the thirsty third inning, Brandon. I'm surprised you're still in your seat after that foul ball.
I like to open this window up just in case one comes in front of us there. Get the fishing net out.
Breaking pitch into Hazelhorst is a Steerike on the inner half. You can tell with the body language. Hazelhorst not liking it. Hoping that Engler will not throw him another one of those. Here's the 0-2. Breaking ball swung on. Cole just got a little bit jammed up that time. It's a nice 2-strike swing, though.
It is. Shortened up a little bit, made contact.
So Hazelhorst back in. Mentioned his sponsor is Hazelhorst Properties. That's his grandparents' business. That's outside to make it 1-2. So with 2 outs, Suckers being a little bit careful, nursing a 2-run lead. The pitch swung on, fouled off.
Solid at bat.
Well, Hazelhorst trying to work Josh Engler.
There's too many Coles on this team. It's confusing.
It is. Cole Hazelhorst, Caleb Cole, Ethan Cole. Can't yell, "Hey, Cole," in the Locos dugout.
You cannot. A third of their starting lineup are Coles. A whole third.
It's a lot to contend with. Another 1-2. Swing and a miss. So Josh Engler gave up a single, but got 3 strikeouts in that inning. He's 4 on the day, and he is protecting a 3-1 lead for the Nixa Suckers over the Republic Locos. Back with more from US Baseball Park in a moment. It is the Grip and Rib Baseball League, and it's brought to you today live and free all day long on YouTube.
See Plaza Tire Service for the right tire at the right price right now. Plaza Tire Service is the area's biggest selection of in-stock tires at the lowest price with outstanding service, including our 4 tires, 1-hour guarantee. Plus, we make the purchase easy on the budget with a Plaza Tire Service card or no credit needed financing options. Plaza Tire Service is in Springfield on East Sunshine, West Sunshine, and South Campbell, and on Kenneth and Nixa. For the right tire at the right price right now, come see us at Plaza Tire Service.
Support local, give local. We hear it all the time, and when it comes to blood donation, there's an easy way to make sure your gift is being used in your community. Donors with Community Blood Center of the Ozarks provide every drop of blood, platelets, and convalescent plasma to patients in over 40 area hospitals. How do I know why that's important? Because my youngest daughter, Joselina, is alive today thanks to local blood donors. Find out how you can help at cbco.org. Local donors, local patients. That's the Community Blood Center of the Ozarks difference.
3-1 is the score. Nixa Suckers lead the Republic Locos. The Fish put 3 runs on the board last time they batted. They will be back to the top of their order. It's Hayden Gibson hitting in the Anderson Engineering leadoff spot. Anderson Engineering, founded in 1954, has grown to 195 plus employees in 10 different offices. Their other Missouri offices are in Joplin, Springfield, Kansas City, Columbia, Carthage, and Monette, with additional locations in Rogers, Arkansas, and a couple down in Florida. When it comes to accomplishments, Anderson Engineering is most proud of their customer service and family atmosphere that the team exhibits every day. While they grow and make new relationships across the country, Anderson Engineering team members still rally around one another. They care about everyone's progress and their goals. You can give them a call at 866-866-2741 or check them out at andersonengineeringinc.com. Hayden Gibson, originally from Branson, now a resident of Central Arkansas, steps in. I'm Ransberger. My partner for this one is Brandon Shipman. First pitch Gibson sees from John Bortz is a swinging strike. That had some zip on it there, Shippy.
He sure did. He throws pretty hard. He's going to have to settle down, I think, after that rough start to last inning for him.
Gibson lifts one, foul to the seats to quickly fall behind 0-2. John Bortz did give up an inherited run last inning on a single by Chance Ferris, but that will not be charged to his earned run average. So another 0-2 coming up here, fourth pitch of the sequence. Fastball looked like a two-seamer, swung on and popped. Mesa giving chase for the Locos, but it's actually the shortstop, Caleb Cole. Talk about some bravery there, calling off the third baseman, running toward that chain link fence and then making the grab.
Sure did, yeah. He had a real good angle on that one. I didn't know if he'd be able to get there or not, but he sure did.
Chandler Maples bats. Still not sure what was going on with R.J. Neese for the Suckers, but he was scratched from making the start, so it is Maples in his stead. Grounded out to short his last time.
Where's our dugout interviewer that can ask what's wrong?
Well,
where's our Jimmy the Cat Hayes down
we need to buy some equipment, and then, yeah, we need to pay the human being to do that. Maples swings and fouls this one off. That's going to carry to the seats. A Bank of Missouri thirsty third inning foul ball, so they say. So Chandler Maples just bought someone a brewski.
Someone's going to drive these kids home. They're the only ones that are picking up these balls.
I'll see if you're an enterprising kid. You know, normally a foul ball's worth a quarter. So there's a breaker in the dirt. Yeah, just go find an adult who looks like they need a cold one and say, hey, give me $2 for this. Yeah. That's still a discount.
That's where the great business minds come from. The kids.
I was going to say, I've definitely seen kids walk out of this ballpark jingling from chasing foul balls on a Griffin Rip Sunday. Pretty neat promotion we've had, a tradition now for the last 5 years. Maples stepped out, took off the helmet, now steps back in, jawing back and forth. He and the catcher, Cole Hazelhurst, are friends away from this league. Ooh, fastball got away. Maples laid off. Yeah, Chandler Maples, actually, Brandon, is a little bit of a slow-pitch softball kingpin of sorts.
Is he?
Put together a group of guys who go play at Killian in Springfield. Cole Hazelhurst among them.
I don't know how they do. My first year, I tried to play one softball game and couldn't do both.
Can definitely mess up your swing, but Chandler Maples' swing looks pretty good there as he singles into left and gets aboard. So the hits continue for the Suckers. Yeah, I was asking those guys, first of all, what is Chandler Maples like as a softball GM and field manager? And Hazelhurst just kind of laughed and said, well, we're a little bit overpowered, to be honest with you. So I think they do a lot of winning. Probably hit it all over the yard.
I'd assume so.
So here's J.D. Payne, grounded to short his first time. Here is a ground ball in the hole. The shortstop, Cole, fires to second. Spangler trying to turn. Carpenter cannot get the ball to stay in that glove, so
Tough pick first.
it would have been exceptional. They will take one out instead on the 6-4 fielder's choice.
I think he's going to have to buy himself a new bat. Pretty sure that was a broken bat
That
ground ball.
didn't sound too good coming off the bat of J.D. Payne. Nice hustle by Cole, and he and Spangler just not quite able to hook up to turn the double play. Josh Engler steps in now, coming off of a 12-hit in 9-game season in 2021. Looked at a Steerike on the inner half. Nice pitch from Bortz.
To put it in perspective of how good that is, there's a lot of guys in this league that don't get 12 at-bats, and he had 12 hits. That's crazy.
That is a lot. 12 for 33 was Engler. Sends this one in the air to center field. That will get down. Payne woes up at second. So Josh Engler gets the base hit there. Second of the season.
Shohei Engler is what we call him now.
He's definitely a dual threat. And I would imagine when he's done pitching, he's either going to go play in the outfield. He may go try to play first. They're going to run for him here. The courtesy runner is Graham, a relief pitcher. So I don't know about saving a pitcher's legs there when you send another pitcher on to run, but hey,
doesn't make a lot of sense.
That's what the rule says you're allowed to do, so the Suckers will take advantage. And Courtney Spitz, man, off to a rocket of a start. 3 hits now for Spitz. He is 3 for 4.
How did Spitz do last year? What was his batting average? Do you know?
He was 5 for 26, so he's on pace to.
Right, I thought he had a down year. This is a good start for him.
He is on pace to fly by just about anything he's ever done. It's early days yet, so I'm not quite ready to crown him, but I will say this looks like a different and much improved Courtney Spitz at the plate.
Looks like he's in real good shape this year.
Well, we call him CrossFit Spitz. He swears up and down by it. Bortz sent him a fastball that did not collect the outer half, so that's ball 1. Check that ball, too. It's 2-0. Two outs, runners on first and second for the Suckers, who lead by 2. Curveball swung on, grounded.
Just foul. It looks like he's seeing the ball real well.
Yes, the first time he has seen John Bortz, rookie right-hander from Wisconsin La Crosse.
Not to be confused with John Arts, who's a different person.
That's a whole different guy. He's not from Wisconsin.
He's not.
Spitz pops this one up into the ozone layer. Settling under that is Simpson, the center fielder for the Locos. He makes the catch. And that will get them out of the inning. So the score remains 3-1 in favor of the Nixa Suckers. Republic will try to answer when we come back. It is the Grip and Rip Baseball League, brought to you all day long on our YouTube channel. If you haven't subscribed yet, what are you doing? Mash that like button. We need all the likes we can get.
This coffee just isn't doing it for me today. You say that every morning. Yeah, I just can't get my day started. You should really try Sumit's Hot Yoga. They have early morning classes, and trust me, it wakes you up better than coffee.
Sumit's Hot Yoga. You are going to feel awesome.
Now at Domino's, we're more than just hand-tossed pizza for $7.99. We're $7.99 gluten-free crust, $7.99 handmade pan crust, $7.99 Brooklyn-style crust, and $7.99 crunchy thin crust, too. Carry out 3-topping pizzas on any of Domino's 5 crusts for just $7.99 each.
Josh Engler, yes indeed. Thought maybe the Suckers were thinking about it. He was just probably having a nice refreshing glass of water before coming out to get it started here in the top of the 4th. And so that, Brandon Shipman, means that the Nixa Suckers will put the 3+ designation on Josh Engler today. They will still have to make 2 Henry's Towing pitching changes, but Any reliever who comes on will be restricted to no more than 3 innings of work. I am not at all surprised with this decision.
That is the decision that we all expect, I think, when Josh Engler's on the mound.
Well, Josh went 4 innings a week ago, and it honestly was the 4th inning where he really got touched. So, going forward, we will see how he does in the 4th and or the 5th, should he make it that far. But he gave up 2 earned runs last week, and that was in a big-time 4th inning for the Branson Showmen. So Engler looking to drop his ERA and stay strong here, leading 3-1.
Right now, the Locos are just trying to keep it close until his time is up.
Pretty much, yeah. They're gonna look to touch whoever gets brought in after Josh Engler. So it'll be Kyle Carpenter, who is swinging a good bat, then Ethan Cole and Tyler Jones. So dangerous part of the order here for Republic. There's really not a lot of drop-off for them.
There's really not. We'll probably see Kyle on the mound here in an inning or two, I would assume.
I would suspect he's in the closer's role today. Got brushed back off of the batter's box there, did Carpenter, to go up 1-0. So yeah, Kyle was 2 for 4 last week. 2 extra base hits, sends this one into center field. Running in to get that and not making the catch is Wilson. So Kyle Carpenter continues swinging it well. 3rd hit of the season for him. Gets us started here in the 4th.
Now we have one of those Cole guys again.
This is Ethan Cole. He doubled first time up. So Ethan now 2 for 4. From Lee's Summit North, swings and pops this one just below the lower concourse on the first base side. So Ethan Cole, the singing outfielder, behind 0-1 against Josh Engler. Well, Cole works on diesel engines. Josh Engler knows a thing or two about diesel fuel. That's his job. He is a fuel wholesaler.
I really hope you're going to go with the he throws gas joke.
Oh, yes. Occasionally I will throw out the old Josh High Octane Engler, but that's just one of my little pet names that hasn't really caught on. So I think I'm abandoning that one. 2-1 here. That was not the gas.
That was a good pitch, though.
It was. It was a strike. Threw Ethan Cole a slider. Yeah, we make a lot about Josh being able to throw hard, the big frame, but he's got a great change, and his slider's really good, too.
Yeah, I really like his slider.
2-2, that was the gas. That was outside. So full count for Ethan Cole. Breaking ball, swung on, lifted into center field, charging in and not able to get there in time is Wilson. So back-to-back hits for the Republic Locos, both singles into center field. That puts 2 men aboard for Tyler Jones. So with the tying run on board and the go-ahead run coming to the plate, Locos have a great chance here in the 4th, trailing 3-1.
I know we talked about earlier that was it 14 years since the Coles had played together? Yep. That's also the last time Ethan has played baseball. So that's pretty impressive. He's having a real good start to the year for someone who hasn't played in that long.
Getting an idea of, sometimes hitting is just naturally given. And I know he worked pretty hard with his brother all off season long, but some guys just have it, man. The 1-0 fastball. Jones pops this one. That is headed out there quite a ways. Gibson runs over the right fielder, makes the catch, then spins and throws. Both runners tag, and they're going to take advantage of, oh my gosh, the baseball got away from all of the suckers on the infield. Engler in foul territory, not able to make the exchange. He was going to have to try to power feed to the plate, but some heads-up stuff. Brave base running from Kyle Carpenter, and he cuts the lead 3-2. Yes, indeed, it was aggressive, but it made it happen.
Good play in the outfield, too, to get the ball in quickly.
Yeah, Gibson did a great job. Initially, it's not a sacrifice, so you just go I guess we're going to go E9 on that, and a run comes across, so 3-2. Someone smarter than me will fix my scorecard later. That's just going to be good enough for what we do right now. Here's Logan Prock. So it doesn't get any easier for Josh Engler. We talked about underrated players. Logan Prock, one of those in my book. This is over the head of the shortstop. It drops, and another run will score. So we are tied. Logan Prock sends a Texas leaguer.
That's the kind of ball player Logan is. He puts the ball where they're not, and that's how he gets his hits. It's fun.
Very smart hitter, Logan Prock, now 2 for 3. And that is the 25th hit of Logan Prock's GRBL career. So congratulations for him. A little silver moment, if you will.
That's awesome. He's a good outfielder, too, and he's DHing right now, so that just tells you how good their outfield is.
Well, yeah, the Locos have the problem of having 4 really skilled outfielders. Yeah. That's all that is. So Prock being the DH today is not any kind of knock on his abilities. It's just a compliment to the overall skill on this club. So Matt Spangler stands in now. Had an RBI single back in the second.
Another guy that puts them where they're not. Same kind of guy.
Sneaky good, these Locos. 3-3. We are tied. Top of the 4th. Engler fires a fastball on the outer half.
They're sneaky good, and they also have Caleb Coley and Tyler Jones.
Well, sure.
So they are sneaky good and really good.
Certain parts of it do not surprise you,
right.
But Logan Prock's going to take off. There's a swinging strike from Spanky, and yeah, the throw from the catcher Spitz goes into center field.
Yeah,
so
that was a stolen base regardless. I don't think that's going to get him.
A steal for Prock. He's into scoring position. It's still 1 out, so excellent opportunity here for Republic.
This is where Spangler thrives too. Those runners on second and third, he can just put one into the outfield in the grass, turf. I don't,
Yeah,
you know what I meant.
I still say grass and dirt. Breaking ball swung on, fouled back. Spangler just gets a piece. He was, set a cut through there with purpose.
Sure did. He's trying to do more than just put it in the grass.
Back in is Spangler. Count now 2-2. Runner on second is Prock. That hit him.
He'll get on base.
Well, and sometimes that happens for Josh. The slider just doesn't hook up, resulting in a hit batsman.
Yep, that's what that was, too. Definitely was a slider that didn't slide.
So that puts men on first and second for Chris Mesa. Still wearing the collar here in 2022. Young man from Chicago, Illinois, went to the College of DuPage. Played junior college baseball. Injuries really piled up for Chris. He had wrist issues, had a knee issue, and then finally just decided, I need to try to get a degree. So after junior college, went to Missouri State, but played at the club level. That is where he met his best friend, Austin Kendrick, who's now the manager of the Ozark Mountain Ducks. Down 0-1 here is Chris. Slider for a strike, and Mesa should know Josh Engler. He managed him last year with the Locos. But his arch nemesis, Courtney Spitz, I think also knows what to call against Mesa. So here we go, 0-2. Engler looks back and checks the runner. Prock now comes home. Slider swung on. This is high into the air. Third baseman. That is DeLeonardo making the catch for the Suckers, so 2 away. Dusty Nealis comes up next. Number 10 hitter out of Rogersville, originally from Springfield, Missouri.
When you're a bottom of the lineup guy like this and you have an opportunity to get an RBI, it's exciting. He wants that so bad right now.
Nealis looks at one in.
He wants that RBI way more than Caleb Cole does on the on-deck circle. That's when you're the bottom of the order guy. That's what you want. Show
Opportunities are a little bit fewer. Fastball on the outer half, so Engler misses a couple times. It's now 2-0 to Dusty Nealis.
Good 2-strike pitch. Too bad there's not 2 strikes though.
Swing and a chopper to the shortstop. Winkler sits back. He's going to elect to just flip to second, where Grisham is there to hang on to get the outs. So the Suckers get out of the inning, but not before Republic puts 2 runs on the board. Singles from Carpenter and Cole. little bit of erroneous play on a ball out into right by Tyler Jones. Then Logan Prock had the RBI single to tie us up. So 3-3. We go to the bottom of the fourth. Back with more right after this.
My name is Paul Sunday with Big Whiskey's American Restaurant and Bar, started in Springfield, Missouri. I've always been under the impression you do what you're good at. I got started in the restaurant industry back when I was 18. The original Big Whiskey's was established on Park Central East here, which happens to be Route 66. The concept of Big Whiskey's was very simple. We didn't want to reinvent the wheel. We just wanted to do what others were doing better. We basically are a restaurant that celebrates our bar. We're a restaurant that celebrates sports. But more importantly, we're a restaurant that has a great food product. We've won awards with our pasta dishes, our steaks, our wings, our buffalo chicken dip. People are going to think I'm cliche by saying, well, everything's good. What makes Springfield special to me, whenever I was younger, I used to say that it was big enough to get lost, but not big enough to lose yourself. So I think that it has all the attributes of a big city with, quite frankly, the quaintness of the folks that live inside it.
John Bortz back to work for the Republic Locos, but the situation much different now. 3-3. They tie it up with a couple of runs on 3 hits in the fourth. Whole new ball game here, Shippy.
It is a big inning for the Locos.
Bottom half of the order coming up here for Nixa. It will be DeLeonardo, Grisham, and Wilson. Chance Ferris would come to bat should anyone reach safely. Bortz's first pitch to DeLeonardo, slider for a ball.
Looks like it tied up. Catcher there.
Yeah, I couldn't tell if it got caught in the equipment or just hit him somewhere where the shin guards don't go.
I think he hit him somewhere where his chest protector doesn't go.
Oh gosh, yeah, he's holding his neck. Cole Hazelhorst.
May got him in the throat.
Oof. Well, from our vantage point, the baseball just kind of disappears as soon as it gets into the vicinity of home plate. And we're slightly offset, so it can be tough to read exactly what went on. But yeah, you're right. Hazelhorst was holding his throat there.
Looks like he's ready to go now, though.
Back into the crouch. It's 1-0 for Matthew DeLeonardo.
It's tough, just like every other pilot I know. I know one other pilot, just so that's clear.
Jared Brash.
That's the one.
He's pretty tough. We'll see Brash a little bit later on. He's playing the baseball night in the Ozarks game at 6 for the Springfield Metropolitans. The 0-2 from Bortz. Swing and lifted foul. Over to get that and make the catch is Kyle Carpenter.
He didn't have a lot of room to make that play either.
No, he
right
did
there
not.
Next to the railing of the dugout.
Loco first baseman over to get it. Going into this year, now, I know they've got Carpenter over at first. He's left-handed, so sure, send the left-handed guy to go play first. But his idea was to pitch and then be a two-way player as an outfielder.
Really?
But he is really impressing me with, the defensive skill, and you see it right there.
Yeah.
First base.
He's played some good first base. I would have never guessed that he wasn't just an everyday first baseman all the time.
So Eric Grisham stands in for the Suckers. 0-1. Looked at. This looked like a fastball down to make it 1-1, evening the count. Grisham singled and drove in a run last time. That was definitely a fastball for a Steerike. So John Bortz working the left-hander Grisham away.
He was a lot more comfortable these last couple innings than he did that first one.
Ooh, swing and a miss. Yeah, John Bortz maybe dialing it in a little bit here as Grisham goes down on strikes. So that'll bring up Scott Wilson, had the 11-pitch at-bat that brought John Bortz into this game, ended up taking a walk. So Bortz says, "You again?" He'll throw from the full wind this time. No base runners on. That might change things up for Bortz. Woo, tied him up.
Sure did.
Swing and a miss. So pitching backwards a little bit here is Bortz. I like that approach. Fastball down. No.
It's close. Scott Wilson taking another good at bat.
Breaking ball up and out. See, as we see John Bortz with the full wind here, he almost straddles the pitching rubber completely.
He sure does.
And kind of sinks his hips as he comes forward.
Yeah, it's different, but it's effective.
Down 3-1 here. Been nibbling perhaps a little bit against Scott Wilson. That's a fastball, swung on, fouled back, and we're full up.
Scott Wilson foul ball.
Just a testament to Wilson. It's hard to make him miss completely. Scott hit 200 a year ago with the Mountain Ducks.
Every one of those hits he got, though, was in a good timing. Like, they were big hits every time.
So he takes a walk, and a good base runner as well, Scott
yeah.
Wilson is. So he can do some dangerous things. 2 outs on the board. I'd imagine he'll go if Chance Ferris works into a 2-strike count. But Ferris, for his part, 1 for. So his average is now at 250. Originally from Mineral Wells, Texas. Whoa. Strike came out of the glove of Cole Hazelhorst, and that's all the daylight Scott Wilson needed to take off and swipe a bag. Although I believe you go past ball on that, huh?
Yeah.
Scott Wilson. I would swear he just shrugged at me, but yeah, that's a fastball. So 0-1 to Ferris. Sports looks back twice, comes home. That was a slider. This is in the air, left field, ranging back to get that as the shortstop, Caleb Cole. Yeah, great pitch.
Great
and
play.
a great result for the Locos. So they get out of the inning unscathed, and we stay tied. It is 3-3. Suckers and Locos all knotted up, headed to the 5th. It is the Grip and Rip Baseball League Sunday triple header, and it's live and free on YouTube.
Do you want to do more? Are you feeling called to help? Some will just hang on. Others will raise their hand to truly help. Phoenix Home Care is looking for raised hands. Phoenix Home Care and Hospice needs help. Phoenix Home Care is hiring immediately for caregivers who want to help people live life with dignity in their own homes. Take this time of crisis to seize an opportunity. Go to phoenixhomehc.com and click on the Careers tab. Be different. Make a difference. Choose Phoenix.
Phoenix Home Care and Hospice. I choose Phoenix.
Josh Engler back to work for the Nixa Suckers. Tie ball game in the 5th, 3-3. The Republic Locos and the Fish all knotted up. Rantzberger and Brandon Shipman with you for this one. Locos about to send up the top of the order. Should be Caleb Cole, Trent Simpson, and Cole Hazelhorst.
And get our battle of the MVPs again one more time this game.
It is indeed Caleb Cole, now a gym manager and beef cattle farmer from Fair Grove, Missouri, but originally from Lee's Summit. Swings at a slider. This is going to stay on the infield, and a sliding catch by Eric Grisham.
What a play.
Nodding his head, a little bit of celebration there. That ball had some English on it coming off of the bat.
Sure did. Caleb got a piece of his own medicine. Good play by the second baseman out there.
So Eric Grisham robs Caleb Cole perhaps of an infield blooper. And here comes Trent Simpson.
Wow.
Swing and a drive into right. Hayden Gibson Well, took one step, camped out, and made the catch.
Looked like he took one step, fell down, and got up and camped out. I think he might have slipped a little bit out there. Still made the play. That's all that matters.
Hayden had time to think about that one and collect himself before he made the catch. So just like that, 2 away for the Locos. Going to bring up Cole Hazelhorst, the catcher. 0 for 2 today with a strikeout.
Seemed a little out of sorts after I took that one to the neck.
Checked it. Yeah, looked at a strike there.
Hopefully he's okay.
Well, he'd have to do a lot more than leave a bruise, I think, to get Cole to come out of a game.
Probably.
1-1 now.
Josh,
this will be Josh Engler's last inning of work, by the way. Here's a chopper foul.
Yeah, they got warming up out there.
That's what I was about to take a look at. See a couple of arms. Looks like Dustin Bean is one of them. More in a moment as Hazelhorst pops that one straight back. So we got Josh Wentler and Dustin Bean both getting loose in the Nixa pen. Fastball outside from Engler.
I'm just saying, from the back, they look like twins. I'm just saying that.
Well, yeah, the Suckers have a lot of big guys with wide bodies.
They do.
2-2, that hit him in the back. Engler frustrated with himself, lost the cap.
He's not happy with that.
Yeah, you don't have to be a lip reader to know what just came out there. So Josh taking a walk back. Going to talk things over with his middle infielders real quick. Second hit batsman for Engler today. 4 strikeouts, 2 hit by pitches. That's just Josh Engler baseball, man.
Sure is.
Sometimes that slider just doesn't hook up, and that's what happens. So here's Kyle Carpenter. Boy, is he dangerous. 1 for 2 today. Swing and a miss there. He took a little bit of a daddy hack at that.
He sure did. Engler's not hitting people like Chandler V does, but he's hitting people. That's for
Well,
sure.
you know, that's guys who go to the slider a lot at this level, and, you know, Skylar Hinson does it too.
Yeah.
You know, sometimes, you know, when you don't, it's not even, can't really call it pronate. I guess when you don't get that snap on the delivery just right, it just doesn't go for you. So runner took off Hazelhorst, but he has to retreat on the foul ball off the bat of Carpenter. And so now with 2 strikes, definitely suspect a full send here. Tie game, 2 outs in the 5th. Engler has what he wants from Courtney Spitz. From the belt, fastball, swung on and chopped. Second baseman Grisham with it, and his throw to J.D. Payne at first is in time. So the Locos threatened but come up empty-handed. We stay tied 3-3. Locos and Suckers back with more in a moment. It is the Grip and Rip Baseball League. Live and free all day on YouTube. Hit that subscribe button.
What gets me out of bed every morning is the possibility of helping people. I want to give people back their peace of mind. I want to know they have a fighter in their corner when they've been the victim of someone else's negligence to help put their lives back together. I want them to know it's going to be okay. Our creed at Toll Repeal is tell them you need business. We want our clients to know that when they hire our law firm, the insurance companies are going to take them seriously. They're going to take their case serious. We leave no stone unturned in preparing your case. We are on the cutting edge of trial technology. We have 2 decades of trial experience in representing injured clients. We become a part of our client's struggle and take on that burden. We get our clients the justice they deserve. That's the rewarding part. Look on their face, their appreciation.
They know that our team has gone to battle for them and we have come out victorious. That is the most rewarding part.
We have carried their burden. We have walked in their steps. We have fought their fight.
Rantsberger, Brandon Shipman back with you live at U.S. Baseball Park. John Bortz back out there for the Republic Locos. Tied up 3-3 with the Nixa Suckers. This battle of unbeatens. It's kind of a shame somebody has to walk out of here 1-1 when this one is over, but it's been fun. Nice back and forth. A little bit of everything.
So what's the rule here with Bortz? How many innings can he go since he didn't start?
So I'm glad you asked. He came on in the second, and because he is out here in the fifth, he is now the Locos 3+ man, so he can go the fifth, and he would be able to actually come on and pitch the sixth if Chris Mesa decides that's what he wants to do. But so the ceiling for Bortz would be the third out in the sixth. Yeah, bottom of the sixth. Forgot how baseball worked for a second there. So here we go. Dalton Winkler comes on for the Suckers. He is their number 10 hitter. Wears number 4 out of Buffalo, Missouri. 27 years old. I believe he was acquainted with Buffalo's own Calvin Dreyer, who's on the Springfield Mets this year. That's the old rule, you know. The Dreyer was on the Suckers the last 2 years, so it's like every season they have to have a guy from Buffalo, Missouri on the roster. Yeah. It's Dallas County makes it so.
Being from Marshfield, I don't know why you'd ever want to have it from Buffalo on your team, but I guess.
Hey, I've been impressed with Dalton Winkler so far. Defensively, he plays a really good shortstop, so I'm anxious to see what else he can do out here.
Yeah.
Winkler 0 for 1 today, grounded out to second. Looked at a fastball out to make it 2-1. Bortz comes set. This one is chopped. That's going to get just past the net and over the dugout. Yeah, someone will begrudgingly go get that 25-cent foul ball.
Eventually.
2-1. Winkler chased upstairs. Or check that. That was 2-2. So down on strikes goes Dalton Winkler. A strikeout for John Bortz.
And there's no beer at stake. No one's
No,
yelling at their kids to go get those balls.
Took the air out of everyone's sails. Second strikeout of the day for Bortz. Back to the Anderson Engineering leadoff spot go the Suckers. Then back to Hayden Gibson. He's 0 for 2 today. 0 for 2 on the season with a couple of walks, so a very respectable 500 OBP. As he looks at a strike there.
Made some good plays in the outfield, too.
Yeah, and Hayden, historically, a pretty good hitter in this league. In 2020, he had 11 hits. Last year had 9.
Was he the Rookie of the Year?
He was.
I thought so.
Swung at the high stuff there, and he talk about making a drive to get here. He is in the car one way for almost 5 hours per game, living down near Little Rock, Arkansas. Here's the 0-2. Whew. Bortz punched him out. Back-to-back strikeouts. He's getting better as this goes.
It's safe to say Bortz has settled in.
So back to Chandler Maples we go. He's 1 for 2 today. Now, Hayden says he's worth it. I've never heard him complain about the drive. 2 away. Maples looked at a 4-seamer out. Got more activity in the Nixa bullpen. Maples fought off a jam sandwich back to the screen. And that's DeLeonardo getting loose for the Suckers. So that may be the move they make to get us going in the 6th. They will have to make a pitching change. Here's a jam shot again as Bortz continuing to work Maples in. He fouls it off. So he's behind here 1-2.
Looks like there's a pinch hitter on deck.
Yep, that is Josh Wentler. Swing and a miss. Maples down on strikes.
Man, he is.
John Bortz just
right now.
struck out the side. So 4 strikeouts for John Bortz, including those 3 consecutive to get out of the inning. We will head to the 6th, top of the 6th, that is, with the score tied 3-3. Back with more of the Locos and Suckers right after this. I'd like to say a big thank you to our sponsors of the broadcast all day long. That is Central Bank of the Ozarks.
When times are tough, you turn to the people you trust. For more than 100 years, Central Bank has weathered many a storm, and through it all, shown what it means to be a true community bank. Our people are working right now to keep your money moving, to keep your businesses strong, to keep our communities strong. Central Bank has been named a Forbes magazine top 100 bank for 12 years in a row. When we say strong roots, we mean it. Central Bank. Strong roots, endless possibilities. Member FDIC.
Acme Towing Company. That's too far away. Let Henry's do it.
Nah, we're ready to close.
Let Henry's do it.
Henry's is ready to take your call right now. From compacts to semis, Henry is here to help 24/7. Save yourself the hassle and make us your first call. Henry's gets there fast, offering multiple locations to serve the Ozarks. When you're stuck on the side of the road, make the right call. Let Henry do it.
Couple of changes on the infield for the Nixa Suckers to get us going here in the 6th inning. Josh Engler has gone from the mound to the shortstop spot. They now have Matt Graves playing second base. They've got Josh Wintler at first. And down at third base, that is Dustin Bean. It's a Henry's Towing pitching change for the Suckers as Josh Engler hits the limit. They will call on Matthew DeLeonardo to come on and throw at least one. This is his official pitching debut, although Shippy, I did see him throw a little bit in the preseason jamboree, but none of that counted. So our first official look here at Matthew DeLeonardo, the 25-year-old out of Kickapoo High School, who spent some time at Sonoma State University.
Very unique delivery. So real over the top.
Yeah. Kind of brings the ball up behind his ear and then comes downhill with it. There's a little bit of a hesitation almost at the top of the motion.
Yeah. That's weird. I like it, but it's weird.
And there's a lot of snap forward to it as well. So he's going to be a contrast to Engler, who's definitely a 3/4 armor and occasionally drops down a slot even below that. Kind of hides the ball a little bit, does DeLeonardo, as he kind of reaches back to bring it forward.
Hides it behind his head, and right before it snaps forward.
We'll see if what the deception can do for Matthew DeLeonardo, as he will certainly have a tough task here. It'll be Ethan Cole, Tyler Jones, and Logan Prock for the Locos, as we are tied up 3-3, headed into top of the 6th. Courtney Spitz, the Suckers catcher, out to very briefly visit with DeLeonardo. That's probably just nothing more than going over some signs here as he gets set to go. Ethan Cole today, Brandon 2 for 2, a double and a single.
3 hits on the year.
It's not a bad start if you're a rookie.
It's sure not.
Maybe get him on the old Rookie of the Year watch list, which is a list I just started making. So just put the name Ethan Cole on it.
So far, the list is Ethan Cole, and that's the whole list.
It's not bad.
He's at the top, that's for sure.
So here comes the 1-0. DeLeonardo threw a strike there. Yeah, it looks like a two-seamer, I believe. It had looked like a little bit of inward tail toward the right-handed batter.
Yeah, that's what I'm thinking too.
That was definitely a two-seam.
It sure was.
I don't recognize them all, but on occasion when they run, I can tell. It's 2-1 as that was inside. Looks like they're setting Cole up out here.
Oh, goodness gracious.
He sends a fastball toward the gap in right field.
He may run forever.
That's going to get through that slow roll. He's at second base before the throw comes. Oh, no.
He's coming up.
He is holding a quadricep there, stopping at third, a stand-up triple.
That's not good.
Oh, no. He's 3 for 3 on the day. And right away, talking to Chad Link and now the manager, Chris Meza, out to also visit with his rookie, Ethan Cole. He's acting like it's either, now he's reaching to the back of his leg. That's a hamstring. So time is called. Oh, you hate to see that.
You do.
It's a no doubt triple.
It could just be cramps. Caleb brought him some water out there. Hopefully that's what it is, but especially with the hot start he's had.
Oh my gosh, you would hate to see something more serious. He's not acting like he's
not
coming out
acting
of
like
this
it's
game.
a huge deal. So,
but yeah, it's just as soon as he made the turn at second base, it's just like, oh gosh, heart goes into the throat there. You could see him just favor that leg all the way to third, and he still went in standing up.
probably a gallon of water and a cup of bananas away from being okay. I think looks like it's just.
He's going to stay in this game.
Don't hurt yourself more, man.
So Ethan Cole not coming out as that's their third base coach is Chad Link, continuing to visit with the elder Ethan Cole, 1 year older than his brother Caleb.
That is one thing I'll say about the Coles, though. They know how to take care of their body. If he thought he was going to get hurt more, he wouldn't be out there.
Yeah, it is literally in-house. He'll have some help rehabbing from whatever that is, but for the moment, he's focusing on trying to score as he's 90 feet away from putting the Locos in the lead. Tyler Jones bats with nobody out. DeLeonardo threw him one way upstairs for ball one.
This is the guy you want at the plate when you're trying to drive in runs, too. No doubt about it.
So TJ today 0 for 2. Flat to right last time. Whew, took a cut there.
So he's due is what you're saying.
One and one now for Tyler Jones. Ooh, that was a nice pitch on the inner half, and the man in charge thought about it, but
he
pointed for a strike.
He throws hard.
Good velo out of Matthew DeLeonardo. Oh, that was couldn't tell if that was a change or that almost looked like a palm ball.
It did.
That was funky. 2-2. Back to the gas here.
I would assume so. Something high.
2-2 pitch. Yes, indeed. A high fastball. Fouled back. Good call there, partner.
Hey, thanks.
Well, now what do you do? Try it again?
2-2. I'll probably try it one more time, I would say. He's behind the fastball. Try it one more time.
So DeLeonardo steps off. Now back on. Jones is back in the left-handed batter's box. Sixth pitch of the sequence coming here.
Yep.
Yes, indeed. Got him to chase high. Oh, no. And then the Suckers threw one into the outfield, but Ethan Cole opting not.
I don't think he had a choice
to challenge the arm of that left fielder. That is not Scott Wilson out there. That's Ben Graham.
Yeah, they moved some outfielders. I think Hayden's in center field now, too.
Yep. I recognize the high socks there. Yeah, Ben Graham's got an arm. That's probably a smart. And now Ethan Cole's going to come out, actually. So Caleb Cole is going to run for him.
That's not fair.
I'm not entirely sure that's legal, to be honest with you. But so DeLeonardo strikes out Jones for the first out, and yeah, I think
it doesn't look like it is legal.
I think that is exactly what Courtney Spitz just said. He's like, "Hey, you have to send on a bench player," and yeah, so Tyler Goodin is going to come on and run.
Caleb was just hoping they wouldn't notice it was a different person.
And and Courtney is giving the entire Locos dugout an earful of fair's fair, and yeah, because he and Chris Meza are such good friends, there's some hand gesturing. Courtney Spitz is 100% right on this, by the way. But Chris Meza is just going to make a show, perhaps, out of sticking up for his point.
It has to be a bench player or the last player to get out. Is that right?
Yes.
Okay.
But that's only in a courtesy run. When you're doing a substitution,
it has to be
because
player.
Ethan Cole's not a pitcher or a catcher.
Right.
So, yeah, it's got to be a guy off the bench. So, Tyler Goodin is a legal choice. 1-0 to Logan Prock, runs out inside. Okay. 1-1.
That looked to be a ball outside to me.
Well, keep in mind we are slightly offset.
We are.
From home plate, so that plays with our perception. There's that off-speed something or other ball again from DeLeonardo. Did not get Prock to chase. Got Farron Cogdill in the on-deck circle, do the Locos, so that'll be a pinch hitter. DeLeonardo again works up. Prock does not oblige.
This is going to be a pitch to hit here.
3-1. Whew, swing and a miss. Yeah, DeLeonardo.
That was the pitch he was looking for,
just
too.
Blew it by. Pretty good stuff there. Payoff pitch to Proc is a swing and a miss. Back-to-back strikeouts now for Matthew DeLeonardo.
I like this DeLeonardo kid.
I think he's found something here.
He looked good.
After giving up the triple, he has bowed his neck and struck out 2. So this is Farron Cogdill from Rogersville, Missouri, stepping in. 0 for 2 as a rookie. Looked at a strike there. 36 years old, works for SGC Food Service, and they are his sponsor.
He is normally a second baseman. I wonder if we're going to see him go out into right field.
Oh, yeah, and he's batting in Matt Spangler's spot here, so this may just be a straight-up swap, perhaps with the intent to re-enter Spangler later in the game, depending on the situation. So you give Cogdill an at-bat and then give him a defensive inning or 2. One and one now. Fastball, swing and a miss.
Can't catch up with
and
it.
Yeah, it just doesn't matter who the Locos send up there. They can't handle the high heat from Matthew DeLeonardo. 1 and 2. Ooh, Cogdill laid off. We're even.
Yeah, Cogdill got the call that time for sure.
Gutsy on his part to let that go by with 2 strikes. Here's the 2-2. That time he swung and missed. Wow. Yeah, no doubt. Matthew DeLeonardo, 3 consecutive strikeouts after giving up a hit.
He looked great.
And that puts another goose egg on the board. So we remain tied 3-3. Locos and Suckers all knotted up. The Fish will come to bat when we come back. It is the Grip and Rip Baseball League, brought to you all day long on YouTube. Big thanks to one of our key sponsors. That's the Bank of Missouri.
I'm Nicole Cartnell with the Bank of Missouri. Whether you're looking to pay bills or make a big purchase, sometimes you need cash quickly to take that next step. A consumer loan might be a perfect option to help you live well, bank well. Sonia McClendon, one of our branch managers, is here to explain.
Thank you, Nicole. We provide personal consumer loans for almost any purpose, from building your credit to financing that new car. We offer competitive rates, and decisions are made locally so we can get you the money that you need quickly. But what makes our consumer loans unique is that personal touch. For example, I recently worked with a customer to secure a loan for a horse trailer. He could have went elsewhere, but he chose to work with his bank because of that personal relationship that we've built with him. Being able to work with your personal banker that you know and trust makes a big difference.
That's right, because we work with our customers to help them live well, bank well. Get started at bankofmissouri.com.
3-3 is the score. Bottom of the 6th inning, Nixa Suckers and Republic Locos all knotted up. It is still John Bortz for the Republic Locos, so they will be able to hang with him until this inning has concluded, and then they will have to switch. A couple of defensive moves here. Farron Cogdill out to play second base for the Locos after pinch hitting for Matt Spangler in the top of this inning, and then Dusty Nealis has gone out to right field in the stead of Ethan Cole. So left to right across the outfield, it's Tyler Jones, Trent Simpson, and now Dusty Nealis for the Republic Locos, who now have Chandler Veet starting to loosen in the bullpen down the left field line. Josh Wentler is the batter for the Suckerfish here. And he is batting in the 3rd spot, pinch hitting for J.D. Payne.
That's a good slider.
Slider out. Wentler
He slid so much.
did not chase. Yeah, a little too much slide on it. It was moving right out of the zone. Wentler looked at a fastball for a strike.
Looks like Chandler's getting ready to get loose in the bullpen.
Yep. So I would suspect he'll come on in the 7th. Ooh, great stuff from John Bortz.
Bort's slider it's looking good today.
That is now 5 strikeouts for him. Josh Engler bats next. 1 for 2 today. So Bortz has now struck out 4 batters in a row. We will see if the GRBL single game and single season record holder in strikeouts, has anything to say about that.
Yeah, no kidding. Is it in my head that looks like Engler lost some weight over the winter?
I mean, he's always been, about 6'4", goes about 200.
Maybe it's just I'm used to seeing him on the mound, and he's so terrifying up
He
there
just
that
he
looks bigger.
he looks tall up close in the batter's box. No, I think he's looking about the same. There's the 1-1. I know he's running around a lot. His daughter Ivy, 4 years old.
Oh yeah, that'll keep you in shape.
So yeah, he's putting in his cardio. Once they get ambulatory, I hear you just never really can turn it off.
You can't.
2-1. Engler turns on one. That is a sharp liner.
Hit it hard though.
Foul down the left field line. Yeah, sounded good off the bat.
Yeah, he hit on the nose for sure.
So Bortz is going to step back and collect his thoughts for a moment. It's 2-2 facing Josh Engler.
Slider outside. Nope, I was wrong. Fastball down the middle.
They ran him in. Yeah, I think Josh was also set up for the slider out.
He was looking
watched
for it.
it go. Down he goes looking. That is now 5 consecutive strikeouts for John Bortz, who has 6 today. Courtney Spitz steps up now. 1 for 2. In that left-handed batter's box. We'll see if he has anything for John Bortz, who, like a fine wine, is just getting better with age in this game.
He sure is. He started real rough, and now he is just sitting him down.
Still tied 3-3. Breaking
pitch.
ball for a
Goodness
strike.
gracious.
Beauty. Dipping right in to the K zone on Spitz. The 0-1, that was outside. That looked like a breaking ball that didn't break. And yeah, you see Bortz kind of touched his chest real briefly. Not sure if he was saying my bad or just trying to will the ball into the strike zone. There's a fastball. Spitz puts that one with some power into right. Nealis dives and can't come up with it. It's going to be extra bases for Spitz. Locos set up the relay. They cut it. Spitz stops at third, and then an errant throw by the second baseman, and the Suckers now lead 4-3. Courtney Spitz, styling and profiling.
He wanted that. He'd round third base, went halfway, just waiting for him to make it. Just begging him to throw the ball, and he did.
That is officially going to go down as a triple with an error in my book, but nevertheless, 4-3 is the score. Nixa Suckers take the lead.
If you're Bortz, you are not happy about what just happened.
No.
Either, especially the way he's throwing right now.
Just got let down by your defense there. And if you're one of those guys, you do whatever you can to help John Bortz escape this inning. Leonardo is up here, looked at a strike.
That's the good thing about this league. No matter what team you're on or who you're playing with, they're always picking each other up all the time. That looked like a good pitch, but it was a ball.
1-1. Well, I learned from watching the sport of pickleball that a goldfish has an average memory of 7 seconds. That's their span.
Ooh.
So Bortz has got to have a goldfish-like memory here. But Matthew DeLeonardo not helping as he almost hit the baseball through John Bortz. It ended up getting out into the outfield, so that's a base hit. So the inning continues for the Suckers, now leading 4-3 on a triple and then an error.
Yeah, it looks like Chandler's going a little bit quicker.
Beginning to warm with purpose out there is Chandler Veet. It's going to be a pinch hitter. This is Matt Graves for Eric Grisham, and now a conference on the mound. It'll be a Phoenix home care mound visit for the Republic Locos. And I'm not sure if this is... Well, yeah, the purpose here is definitely to evaluate Bortz, I think, and to get him to get out of this, but it also gives Veet a little more time.
Yeah.
Should they opt to bring him in, but yeah, Bortz is staying in here. So Matt Graves, the construction worker from Ozark. Good story here. He's 38 years old, played a lot of slow pitch, coaches his kids, both baseball and softball, and decided, hey, I might take one more run at hardball in the grip and rip.
Here he is.
Usually has a pretty good cheering section, does Matt Graves. Breaking pitch from John. Looked at it for a strike. So 4-3. Suckers in the lead now after Courtney Spitz hit a triple and then capitalized on an error. Graves fouled that one back to the screen.
Big daddy hack there.
Graves steps out. One of those guys that likes to mess with the batting gloves. Down 0-2. Bortz from the belt. Slider struck him out. So that will end the pitching performance for John Bortz as he has hit the limit. But
it was a good one.
It was great stuff. And, he did give up the hit and gave up an unearned run there, but he did strike out 7 batters, including a string that got to 5 in a row. I think you got to be very proud about that. If you're John Bortz and if you're the Locos, that's certainly something to build on for the future.
Sure.
So we will head to the stretch inning now. Both teams are going to have to make some maneuvers when we come back. It is the Grip and Rip Baseball League, live and free all day long on YouTube.
Team jersey? Check. Face paint? Check. Go Bear! Throw lozenge? Check. Money for tickets? Ooh, better check.
With Great Southern Mobile Banking, it's easy to check your balance, move some money, even pay someone back. Download the Great Southern app and be in your seat by game time. Great Southern Bank. We're fans too. Download the mobile app today.
Check.
Hi, I'm Carolyn Hawkins with Key Cornerstone Realty, here to help with all your real estate needs in the St. Louis area. Do you have a house you want to sell for top dollar? We can help. With over 15 years of experience, our negotiating skills and expertise can help buyers and sellers get under contract fast. Contact us at keycornerstonerealty.com or call us at 636-447-8661. And go Locos!
You love your truck, and Plaza Tire Service is here to help you make it even better. We've got wheels, leveling kits, and of course, the area's largest selection of light truck tires. With ATs and mud tires up to 35s and bigger, Plaza Tire Service has you covered. And we can help you select a great combination that will work with your truck. Take your truck from stock to spectacular with Plaza Tire Service. In Springfield on East Sunshine, West Sunshine, and South Campbell, and now open at 1007 Kenneth and Nixa. That's Plaza Tire Service.
Chris Meza steps into the batter's box for the Republic Locos, who now trail 4-3. Nixa Suckers have jumped back out in front as we head to the 7th inning. Matthew DiLeonardo fires a fastball up and out of the zone for ball 1. It'll be Meza, Nealis, and Caleb Cole for the Locos this inning. Swing and a miss there. Meza 0 for 2 today.
Meza's a good fastball hitter, and this is a good fastball pitcher, so it's a good matchup.
Here's your chance. That was a fastball. Oh, on the outer half for a strike thrown.
I guess so.
1-2. DiLeonardo playing from the lead for the first time today. There's that. I'm trying to figure out what that is. That's the third time we've seen.
It's a changeup of some sort, I think.
Golly, it's interesting. It looks like it looks like it's out of his hand from somewhere behind his head. It's deceptive. If he can locate it, it'll be real dangerous. Back to the high cheese he goes, and Chris, the cheese man Meza, down on strikes. 4 in a row for Matthew DiLeonardo. So John Bortz retired 5 in a row by way of the strikeout for the Locos. DiLeonardo with a chance to equal him here, facing Dusty Nealis.
I mean, look at the size of these infielders. This is an offensive line playing on the infield.
It definitely looks like a football team got lost on the way to their game and ended up playing baseball. Both the Nixa Suckers and the Springfield Mets this year pushed the limit of their allotment of extra large jerseys, and there were plenty of mediums left to go around. Nealis here 1-1. Struck out last time. Back to the high stuff goes DeLeonardo, but too high for Nealis to engage. 2-1 now. Swing and a miss there, evens the count 2-2. So you have Bean, Graves, and Wintler on the infield, all big guys. And then you've got Josh Engler, who's about 6'4", 6'5". Swing and a grounder. That will just get past the second baseman, Graves, and into the outfield. So a base hit for Dusty Nealis. It's the first of his GRBL career, and it breaks up a streak of strikeouts for DeLeonardo.
Good for him. Good spot to get your first hit.
Well, now he's on for Caleb Cole to try to do some heavy lifting for the Locos, trailing by a run here in the stretch inning. Caleb 1 for 3 today. Doubled to start the game, first pitch of the game, as a matter of fact.
We were barely on the air.
1-0 here for Caleb. Fastball pumped in there. That's
a pitch.
A strike in any league. I don't care who you are. 1-1. Speaking of football, Caleb Cole was actually a high school football quarterback.
A good one, from what I understand.
Very good. Went to Lee's Summit North, played for the Broncos. Found as actually an old story, kind of a profile on him as a football player. And an old copy of the Blue Springs Examiner, but it was referring to how he was about a head shorter than most of his offensive linemen. And the writer used the phrase jumbo shrimp, which I thought was not at all flattering. I was like, why would you do that?
It's not the best nickname.
No, not what you want to for a football player. No. 3-1 here for Cole.
For anyone.
No, it's like I said, it's really not flattering. I don't know what they were thinking. 3-1 to Cole from DeLeonardo. Fastball for a strike, and we are full up. Just caught the black on the lower portion of the zone, right at the knees.
Caleb did not like it.
No, he did not. So he steps out. He's done primping back in there. Here comes the payoff pitch. Fastball bounced, and that will be the free pass for Caleb Cole. So DeLeonardo showing
maybe
a little bit of
fatigue, a little
mortality here, perhaps. Man goes into scoring position for Republic. And yeah, Courtney Spitz is going to go out here real briefly.
There's no one warming up.
No. And I don't think the plan for the Suckers was to go to, their next guy up would be Ben Graham. He's currently in left field. So maybe you ask him to get ready in 8 pitches if you absolutely have to.
Yeah, they have Scott Wilson on the bench too, who could throw.
Yeah.
But again, not warming up, so they're going to stick with DeLeonardo.
All quiet. 1 out. Runners on first and second for the Locos, trailing 4-3. Trent Simpson fouls one back.
Good cut by Simpson there on that foul ball.
Yeah. Trent's 26 years old, so not that far removed from college baseball. He is a loan officer. Fastball low. One and one for Trent.
I'd like to bloop something in here and tie this game up, I'm sure.
Or, well, that was not a bloop.
Or just rope it down the line. Either way, it's fine.
Sent, but it's going to tail foul beyond the reach of the Suckers' right fielder. That's Ferris out there. So yeah, that is, they have Graham, Gibson, and Ferris left to right. And the goal line set on the infield.
I feel like Graham should be playing shortstop right now. It would really fill up this whole thing, I think.
1-2 to Simpson. Swung on, chopped. He's going to stay in the hunt. And with 2 strikes, the runner Neelis took off there.
It just looks like a family of bear hunters, and they just hunt them with their bare hands. That's what it looks like. There's Vikings out here playing in the infield for the Suckers.
Some big dudes, these fish. Another 1-2 to Simpson. Oh,
Ooh,
took
just got a
something
piece of it.
off there, and he just reached. Simpson was thinking fastball.
I don't blame him. I thought fastball for most of his. He's thrown a lot of fastballs today.
So that was a nice call from DeLeonardo there to take something off.
Mm-hmm.
So back in he goes.
I think he goes back to the fastball. He's shaking it off, whatever it was.
Comes set. Looks back once from the belt. Yeah, that was the high fastball. Swung on, sent back. So maybe DeLeonardo thinking, I shouldn't have shaken that one off.
So let's say you're a rookie pitcher and your catcher is your manager. How are you going to shake him off? That
takes a little chutzpah. Perhaps maybe DeLeonardo lost track of who's who out there. The 1-2. That missed the zone outside, low and away. So we're full up. Trent Simpson, good eyes, and a good bat to foul off a couple of 2-strike pitches to stay in. Payoff here is a fastball grounded up the middle. It's just going to get through.
There's going to be a play at the plate.
Locos runner, no play at the plate.
Standing
We're
up.
just tied. It is an RBI base hit off the bat of Trent Simpson.
Good at bat, real good at bat.
Second hit of the day, and it is 4-4. So the party keeps going for the Locos, and with a man in scoring position, Caleb Cole.
Yeah, there's some wheels out there on the bases right now.
And just 1 out. You got to feel really good if you're Cole Hazelhorst. Something to the right side would certainly do the trick.
Good pitch. I think that was going to be an auto take regardless. I don't think he was even looking at this one.
Hazelhorst is perhaps trying to stress DeLeonardo a little bit here. Of course, Cole had the shin guards on in the on-deck circle, so he may just be getting the feel for it. That was low, so 1-1 now. One out, 4-4. Locos have tied it here in the stretch inning. Fastball swung on. This is popped. Tailing
be a tough
foul.
play.
Yeah, just to that wall. Not enough room for the first baseman.
I think he thought he was closer to that wall than he was a little bit. That's a tough play, though.
Josh Wentler. Yeah, it can be tough. He's right by his own dugout, so the guys should have been yelling, but could also be tough for the guys in the dugout to see when they're up on the rail like that.
Yeah, that's a weird angle right there.
So nevertheless, Cole Hazelhorst stays in. It is 1-2. DeLeonardo looks back twice at the runner. Cole now steps off and half-heartedly faked a pickoff move.
That is not his best move, I would assume.
Comes home with a change. Hazelhorst sat on it and fouled it back.
Caleb is getting a huge lead out there, though.
Yeah, and the Suckers, Engler, the shortstop, kind of held him at the last second there. But
yeah, his secondary is almost halfway to third.
I think they've got to also just position themselves to try to turn 2 and get out of this inning. So it's 1-2 to Hazelhorst. Ooh, DeLeonardo missed. Up and out of the zone. Looked like just ball came out of his hand a split second early.
Yeah, I feel like if Caleb wasn't the go-ahead run, I think he would try to take third. But I don't think he wants to be that out at third base either. Because he's got a huge lead.
Fastball to Hazelhorst, swung on, fouled off. What do they don't make the first out at third base, but Locos have one out.
So I guess he could.
You can make the
you can get the second out on third base.
You can
That's
make the
fine.
second out at third without committing a cardinal sin. Yeah. Now the plate umpire gesturing to the guys running the board, and now the board has gone down. So there's that. It's 2-2.
Why would the umpire tell us to shut the board off?
Hazelhorst swung and missed, so that's strike 3. So battling back is Matthew DeLeonardo. That's his 5th strikeout of this game, and now he's facing Kyle Carpenter. Spitz going back out for a visit here. A Phoenix home care mound visit is a quick one, and that was nothing but some strategy talk. Spitz realizing how well Carpenter is hitting at the start of this season, and you know Courtney has managed Kyle himself a season ago.
Right.
So I think he's going to say, hey, don't let him just throw the bat at something. Because Carpenter's been hitting to the opposite field pretty well. Suckers ever so slightly, on the infield at least, lined up for him to pull. Fastball high, swing and a miss.
He was behind that fastball. That was a good fastball. What happened with the scoreboard? There was no lightning this time, so...
Do not know. This is one of those where I'm going to let the guys over there work. The 0-1. That dipped low for a ball, so 1-1 now. 4-4. Locos tied it up here in the 7th. They've got a go-ahead run on second base. That's Caleb Cole in scoring position. And with 2 outs, they would love for Kyle Carpenter to come through here. DeLeonardo from the belt. Swing. This is sent into right field. Over to get that is Ferris, and he makes the catch on the run to get the 3rd out. So it is stretch time. The Republic Locos score 1. We are tied 4-4. As always in the Grip and Rip Baseball League, the 7th inning stretch is brought to you by Sumit's Hot Yoga. You are going to feel awesome.
Do you ever wake up and feel like you're already out of energy? I haven't felt that way since I started doing yoga. You do yoga? Every morning. Best change I've ever made.
Try our community classes for only $8. Sumit's Hot Yoga. You are going to feel awesome.
Acme Towing Company. That's too far away.
Let Henry's do it.
Nah, we're ready to close.
Let Henry's do it.
Henry's is ready to take your call right now. From compacts to semis, Henry is here to help 24/7. Save yourself the hassle and make us your first call. Henry's gets there fast, offering multiple locations to serve the Ozarks. When you're stuck on the side of the road, make the right call. Let Henry do it.
Baseball is America's pastime. And friends, now more than ever, it's important to hold on to our traditions. There's a rumbling in the Ozarks. Baseball is a tradition that softens the hard blows that life can sometimes give us. Traditions that bind us as families, that binds us as communities, but most importantly, binds us as Americans. Welcome to the Grip and Rip Baseball League.
Rantsberger, Brandon Shipman with you live here at US Baseball Park. Republic Locos, Nixa Suckers all knotted up at 4, and it is a Henry's Towing pitching change for the Republic Locos. Well, Shippy, do you feel a slight chill in the air? That would be because the trainer is getting ready for the Iceman, Chandler Veet. And that nickname is not because of his stone-cold demeanor. He's actually one of the most outspoken, affable dudes in the GRBL. It is because the Iceman, Chandler Veet, holds the GRBL record for most hit batsmen in a single inning with 4 of them. Did that back in 2019. So far, here in 2022, Chandler Veet, 2 innings pitched, 1 earned run on 2 hits, 4 strikeouts, a walk, and a hit batsman. Of course, 4.5 the ERA, and he was the winner last week in Republic's 5-3 victory. So 1-0 his win-loss record. I have kind of drifted away from keeping track of pitching wins and losses because I don't find it to be that useful of a statistic
I don't
anymore.
think anyone does anymore. they rarely even talk about it.
Nevertheless, Veet got the win, so I'm not going to sell him short. Ben Graham steps in for the Nixa Suckers. The first pitch he sees from Veet is clobbered to the gap in left center field. That's going to get down for extra bases.
Hops to the wall.
And before you can say the farmer from Fairplay, Missouri, Ben Graham is aboard with a leadoff double here in the bottom of the 7th. So that gets the party started.
He roped
It's going to
that
bring
ball.
up Ferris.
Good hit into the gap there.
So a parade of pinch hitter. Well, actually, all these guys came on as defensive replacements, but bottom part of the order, we're seeing the substitutes here for the Suckerfish.
We're having some conversation out there, it looks like now.
Well, that's Chris Meza, the Republic manager, saying something to the Nixa skip, Courtney Spitz. I think that's just verifying that substitutions were correct. Yeah, this is just a little quid pro quo after that whole pinch runner incident. So here we go. This is Chance Ferris.
Game within the game, as they say.
Yes. And, you know, Courtney Spitz and Chris Meza are friends at the end of the day, but they sure like competing well against each other. I'll say that. Dustin Bean is the man in the on-deck circle. Chandler Veet comes home, just missed with a curve to make it 1-0.
Pitch, though.
It's Chance Ferris from Mineral Wells, Texas. Good eye, watching outside.
He's just missing, too.
Not giving chase to anything is Ferris. There's a fastball swung on and lifted into center field. Should be no problem there for Trent Simpson, but the runner Graham does tag up and advance.
That's a good base running right there.
Well, Ben Graham is pretty smart and also very athletic.
Yeah.
So Graham is on third with the game tied, 1 out. Excellent opportunity here for Dustin Bean. Just a ground ball to the right side would likely be enough to bring Ben Graham home, although the Locos are bringing the infielders in now, so they're acting like they may want to try to take the run off the board. We'll see. Yep. Veet motioning for the first baseman Carpenter to come in.
Yeah, just the corners it looks like coming in.
Well, second baseman
he's kind of in double play,
Spangler is,
he's a little bit in. And to be honest, Caleb's way in for him, too.
I'll say that is in for Caleb Cole. If he's touching the dirt, that is...
he's playing in.
That's in. You're absolutely right. 0-1 to Bean. He was 1 for 4 last week, had a single. 1-1 the count against the Iceman Chandler Veet. Fastball swung on and chopped. Kyle Carpenter, the first baseman, nice job of stepping on it, and then his throw offline, so Graham scores. Suckers got the out, but they do not keep the run off the board. So a double and then some slick base running by Ben Graham, and it is 5-4.
I don't think he would have got him with a good throw, but...
yeah, Graham was off like a shot.
Yeah, on contact, he was on his way.
Now batting, number 1, Hayden Gibson.
So back to the Anderson Engineering leadoff spot we go. Hayden Gibson steps up for Nixa in the left-handed box. Looks at a fastball low from Veet for a ball. So Hayden Gibson looked at a strike there. 0 for 3 today. He's due is what I'm saying.
I'd say he is.
2 outs on the board. Suckers now have a lead.
There
and
it
that
is.
hit him, on the front elbow. Chandler Veet tried to put a curveball sort of down in the bucket there against Hayden Gibson. A little too much break to it. And so Gibson is on for the first time today. He can run. And this is RJ Nice. So, okay, he was scratched from the lineup basically just as Chandler Maples walked in to the batting circle in the first inning of this game.
So I guess he's okay. That's good news.
So that's very good. So not sure what the deal was, but RJ Nice did not start. So had a monstrous game. Week 1, he was 2 for 3, a double and 3 batted in, and walked twice. Swung and missed there against Veet. RJ Nice played all 4 years of his college career at Drury University, was the Panthers' all-time leader in runs batted in.
Wow.
0-1 here. Fastball, steer-ike thrown. And if you're Veet, you just have to calm down, make some pitches.
Yeah, you just want to get out of this inning, let your team hit.
The 0-2, swung on and sent to third. That's going to get under the glove of Chris Mesa. I can hear the scorer say error repeatedly several times, so E5.
Chris is not going to be happy with himself either.
No, just misjudged that and did not get the glove down enough.
Yeah, I think he thought that he was going to get another hop, and it just didn't. It stayed down and went right through him.
So 1-2. Or check that. Sorry, runners on first and second. That's what I meant to say.
Right.
Nothing and nothing is the count. My gosh, Josh Whitler. A little earlier in the day for me to be doing that. Here's a grounder to the first baseman. Carpenter steps on the bag, and the Suckers do get out of the inning. But not before the Republic Locos make the score 5-4. Or check that, the Suckers are up 5-4. I'm going to reorganize myself with a little help from Brandon. We're back for the 8th, right after. It is, once again, Suckers 5, Locos 4, back in a moment.
Support local, give local. We hear it all the time, and when it comes to blood donation, there's an easy way to make sure your gift is being used in your community. Donors with Community Blood Center of the Ozarks provide every drop of blood, platelets, and convalescent plasma to patients in over 40 area hospitals. How do I know why that's important? Because my youngest daughter, Joselina, is alive today thanks to local blood donors. Find out how you can help at cbco.org. Local donors, local patients. That's the Community Blood Center of the Ozarks difference.
So the Nixa Suckers lead the Republic Locos 5-4, and they call on the man who just scored that go-ahead run to pitch. It is a Henry's Towing pitching change for the Nixa Suckers in the 8th, and they call on Ben Graham, 34 years old, out of Emporia State University. Played professionally, he was in the Washington Nationals organization, was in the Class A affiliate in Hagerstown, Maryland, the Hagerstown Suns of the South Atlantic League. Also spent some time in Low A in the New York Pen back in 2010. Last year in affiliated baseball was 2011. Last year in the pros would have been 2013 with the Wichita Wingnuts of the Independent Professional American Association. But Ben Graham in February of 2022 moved from his native Kansas to Fair Play, Missouri, where he set up his farm and also got hooked up coaching a little 9 and under baseball in Springfield with the Midwest Mavericks. And then the weekend of GRBL tryouts found out, hey, there's a league for guys who still want to go. And he told me he had a couple of Michelob Ultras, filled out the sign-up form. Came out on tryout Sunday and impressed. Here he is, chance to close out a game for the Nixa Suckers in the 8th. Wild story, that Ben Graham.
Especially if you're throwing and if you're pitching, it's hard to not get yourself ready months in advance.
Well, I don't know that he has the zip he had a decade ago when he was, in the affiliated minors, but his location is pretty good. He's down 1-0 here to John McCaskill, who's pinch hitting, and he is hitting in the Ethan Cole spot. So that's a little something to keep an eye on.
Yeah, I'd like to get an update on that.
So this is John McCaskill from Rockhurst University. He's from Springfield, Missouri, went to Catholic. Breaking pitch, that sounded like a broken bat.
Sure did.
Charging in to get that is the shortstop Engler, who makes the catch and gets the out. So that'll bring up Tyler Jones. TJ today. 0 for 3. That's a little uncharacteristic.
It's not like him. But he's still laughing, smiling, having a good time down there.
So Jones hops into the left-handed batter's box against Ben Graham. Through 87 innings in his career in affiliated baseball. Woo! Ran that in.
Right in on him.
Jones gets the knees out of the way. So Graham's pro ERA at the A level, 3.31. Very respectable.
That's not bad at all.
1-0 breaking pitch, yes.
That was a nice pitch.
That is the brand of filth that Ben Graham can deliver. It's great stuff. Got Jones to look at one there. Here comes a 1-1. That was a fastball. That is grounded to first, knocks down, and then Graham covers the bag with professional precision for the 3-1 out.
Sure does. He hit that ball hard too, but just right to him.
Yeah, so credit Wentler for knocking that down. Josh Wentler, that is. I would have liked to have gotten there myself, but credit the pitcher for doing his part, covering the bag. Going to bring up Logan Prock. Prock 1 for 3 today. Does have a run batted in. 2 outs on the board here in the 8th, with the Locos trailing the Suckers 5-4. He looks at a strike. Breaking ball way out.
Clear across the plate. I'm certain that ball started inside.
It's 17 and a half inches of movement, to be precise. 1-1 now. Logan Prock swings and chops this one into play. The shortstop Engler has it on 2 hops, and the throw will just get Prock by a step. So Prock was wheeling, but the throw was in time to get the out. So 3 up and 3 down for Ben Graham, and that preserves a 5-4 lead for the Nixa Suckers. Back with more right after this. It is the Grip and Rip Baseball League. Coverage today brought to you by Central Bank of the Ozarks.
When times are tough, you turn to the people you trust. For more than 100 years, Central Bank has weathered many a storm, and through it all, shown what it means to be a true community bank. Our people are working right now to keep your money moving, to keep your businesses strong, to keep our communities strong. Central Bank has been named a Forbes magazine top 100 bank for 12 years in a row. When we say strong roots, we mean it. Central Bank. Strong roots, endless possibilities. Member FDIC.
Iceman Chandler Veet back out for the Republic Locos, who trail by a run. We're in the bottom of the 8th. It is Nixa 5, Republic 4. Don't forget, coming up after this, we've got 2 more baseball games today. It'll be the Branson Showmen taking on the Ozark Mountain Ducks. Tentative start at 3 p.m. First pitch may or may not be delayed. We'll just see what happens.
Never know for sure.
Between the crazy train and the fish. So Suckerfish have the 4, 5, and 6 hitters. It'll be Engler, Spitz, and then D. Leonardo scheduled to hit. Josh Engler today, 1 for 3, single and a strikeout. First time he's gotten a look at Chandler Veet.
Nice
breaking ball in, and yes, that is the patented Veet curveball. He's from Mansfield, Missouri. Works as a realtor here in Christian County. Fastball goes out. Had his best year, I would say, 2020, through 16 innings that year. Struck out 17, gave up 7 earned runs on 12 hits.
Dang.
Hit just 3 batters and had an ERA at 3.94. Was part of a Springfield Mets team that finished second to the Ozark Mountain Ducks in what was a very spirited 12-inning championship game. So Engler fouled one that took about 7 hops off the top of the Suckers dugout before the ball came to rest. 1-2. So he will have to protect against Veet. Came at him with the fastball, sent it low. Something a little bit different. Chandler Veet paired with Cole Haselhorst for the first time in their respective careers. And it's throwing a few more fastballs and a little bit less of that big loopy curve.
Chandler's got a good fastball too. It's not as famous, if you will, as the curveball,
Sure.
but it is a good fastball.
Well, when you pair it with, that curveball coming in at 50-something miles per hour with dip, even 70 miles per hour looks hot. That was the curve again, and he missed twice outside. Being careful with Josh Engler, a little bit too careful perhaps, as he issues the free pass. So after the walk, Courtney Spitz comes up, had a triple last time and scored what was then a go-ahead run for the Suckers. So Courtney Spitz, 2 for 3 today. Looked at a fastball.
Just inside, it looked like. It was a pretty good pitch.
4 for 6 on the season as Courtney Spitz. I would not have put any money or other sorts of wagers on that stat. Fastball turned on it, just down the line and foul.
He's 1 hit away from matching last year completely, I think.
I think he's going to do it.
If he doesn't, he's going to be real upset.
He was just looking for improvement at the plate, and he has definitely shown that in the first 2 weeks of the 2022 season. He was a good hitter in college. Graduated from Drury in 2011, but he hit 322 there.
Dang.
OBP was 401.
It's a real good on-base percentage.
Grounder up the middle. It's going to be knocked down by Spangler. A 4-6. No.
Oh, and Spitz is coming up a little limpy too.
Well, Spitz was safe. So the Locos did not get the double play. Yeah, Courtney Spitz ran through the bag and then some. Almost ended up down and by the wall. So we'll just chalk that up as the old 4-6 fielder's choice. Matthew DiLeonardo comes up. He's 2 for 3 today. It's a mound visit here for the Locos. Although I think that's just to buy Courtney Spitz. And Courtney Spitz is going to come out of this game. And he's their primary catcher as well, Brandon. So if something is wrong with his leg.
He looked like he was hurt at first, and it seemed to get better pretty quick. But, I mean, he's catching anyway, so he would have had a courtesy runner regardless.
And, yeah, he may just want to walk this off.
Yeah, I think he'll be okay.
That's Wilson, who had gone to the bench after being taken out. So, once again, a legal move. That's although I guess you could classify him as a courtesy runner in this scenario. Veet missed outside with a curve to Matthew DiLeonardo, who's having a great game, 2 for 3 with an RBI.
Not to mention the mound.
And yes, pitched very well.
Really well.
Jam shot. Fouled back. Yeah, I was coming right at you.
I thought I was going to catch it for sure.
But for the net.
It's always the net.
Fastball from Veet. Swung on, fouled off first base side, well up and out of play. That might be on the highway. Or at least in the concession stand. It was out of here. 1-2 now. Veet trying to get out of this. One out on the board. Runner on first is Wilson for the Suckers, and they lead the game 5-4. Bottom of the 8th, curveball hit to second. Spangler to Cole. Oh, and he muffed it. Yeah, the throw was coming in low, and Caleb Cole just could not hang on. So Scott Wilson gets a second life as he is safe at second base.
That would have got him out of the inning, too.
And that's one of those things. Like Caleb Cole, the shortstop, was essentially transferring the ball before he caught it. So runners on first and second for Matt Graves. With one out, here's an opportunity to get some insurance. Veet, fooled him there. And on occasion, he will throw a changeup. I think that's what that was.
May have been.
And Chandler Veet and Matt Graves, I know, are friends away from baseball. I think Veet, a big reason why Graves is out here. After Chandler helped Matt sell his house here in Ozark.
Oh,
That's
nice.
up and out of the zone. One and one. Veet.
That's a good pitch.
From the belt. Yeah, now they try to go get the runner Wilson. Nothing doing there.
It's a good effort, but I think Scott wasn't too far enough off the bag for doing
Yeah,
good.
he's too attentive of a runner, I think, to get caught on something like that.
Yeah, he's never caught sleeping ever.
1-2.
He does have a big lead though.
Veet comes set. Slides and deals. Got Graves upstairs. Swing and a miss. Strikeout for the Iceman.
Pretty sure he just laughed at him.
Well, like I said, those guys know each other.
Yeah.
But this is no laughing matter here. Ben Graham, 1 for 1 with a double. Chandler hangs a mistake here. Ben Graham is going to punish it. 2 outs on the board. Runners first and second. Ooh, came in. Graham just touched it.
Just barely, too.
But he was tied up. Oh, 1. Breaking ball high and up and out of the zone.
It stayed up there. Didn't break as much as he wanted, that's for sure.
There's really not a lot of falling action to that one. It had the horizontal movement.
It did, but stayed up high.
There was no 11-5, if you will. Ball and a strike. Fastball swung on and sent down the right field line.
Foul.
Just foul.
Barely.
Yeah, Ben Graham might have been thinking extra bases there, or at least bringing a run across with relative ease.
Maybe 2.
First to third might have been tough. Scott Wilson was definitely thinking second to home.
Right.
Ball and a strike, 2 outs. 1-run ball game, bottom of the 8th. Suckers leading by a run with Ben Graham at the plate. Curveball, low and outside.
It's been a really good game. A lot of back and forth.
And we've kind of slowed here. You know, relievers from both teams getting a little bit more deliberate. But yeah, I mean, 1-run game. A lot of hitting. We had strikeout streaks. We had a little bit of everything.
on both sides.
Oh, strikeout looking. Down on strikes goes Graham. And down go the Nixa Suckers. So we will go to the ninth. I would imagine Graham is going to go out and try to finish out this ball game for the Fish. They lead it 5-4. We head to the ninth right after this. It is the Grip and Rip Baseball League presented all day, live and free right here on YouTube. Hit that subscribe button.
I'm Nicole Cartmel with the Bank of Missouri. Whether you're looking to pay bills or make a big purchase, sometimes you need cash quickly to take that next step. A consumer loan might be a perfect option to help you live well, bank well. Sonia McClendon, one of our branch managers, is here to explain.
Thank you, Nicole. We provide personal consumer loans for almost any purpose, from building your credit to financing that new car. We offer competitive rates, and decisions are made locally so we can get you the money that you need quickly. But what makes our consumer loans unique is that personal touch. For example, I recently worked with a customer to secure a loan for a horse trailer. He could have went elsewhere, but he chose to work with his bank because of that personal relationship that we've built with him. Being able to work with your personal banker that you know and trust makes a big difference.
That's right, because we work with our customers to help them live well, bank well. Get started at Bank of
So Ben Graham comes on for the Nixa Suckers. Had a 1-2-3 inning in the eighth, protecting a 5-4 lead now in the commercial-free ninth inning. Ransberger alongside Brandon Shipman. This one's been pretty good. A little bit of everything for any baseball fan, but what we're going to try to see here is some crafty pitching from the right-hander Ben Graham from Emporia State, who spent some time in the Washington Nationals organization, trying to improve the Nixa Suckers to 2 wins against no defeats.
I think if you're the Suckers, this is the guy you want closing out the game with a 1-run lead.
This is the way they drew it up. Matt Spangler re-enters the game here in the 8th spot. It'll be Spangler, Mesa, and Nelis for the Locos. Spangler's ahead in the count here to get it started. 1 for 1 today with a ribby is Spanky. Woo. Fastball ran way in on Graham. So it is now 2-0.
Last thing you want to do is a leadoff walk here in this inning.
Yeah, 3-0 to the native of Enumclaw, Washington, Matt Spangler.
Those leadoff walks always come back to bite you.
And just, you can tell Graham is just trying to nibble. And, well, that was just a miss. So
yeah.
4 balls in a row puts Matt Spangler aboard. That's the tying run for the Locos. Nobody out for Chris Mesa. Wearing the collar today.
Took to see him get a hit right here.
Number 24. Works for Kraft Foods in the cheese manufacturing division. Facing a farmer. So a couple guys who know a thing or two about agricultural products.
About cheese.
I don't believe Ben Graham does dairy. Fastball low.
Between Ben and Caleb and Scott Wilson, we got
we definitely had
this game is full of farmers.
An influx of guys who know their way around beef cattle coming into the GRBL this year.
That's a good pitch.
That was a breaking ball for a strike. I do believe we're now even 1-1.
Yep, I believe so. Mesa's ready now.
Graham looks over his shoulder at Spangler, then comes home with a slider. This is chopped to short. Engler throws to second. They get 1, and Graves
that's a good turn.
Flips the hips and gets 2. The 6-4-3. Engler to Graves to Wentler.
Spangler tried to break up that double play, too. That's a great play to stay in there with it and make that throw first.
Wasn't exactly sure as they set that up. You know, Engler opted to throw that ball overhanded, kind of right into the breadbasket for Matt Graves, but did a great job adjusting and getting the throw over to Wentler in plenty of time. So with 2 away, the Suckers knocking on the door of 2-0. It's Dusty Nealis to the dish, 1 for 2 today, singled last time.
Last chance here.
Swing and a miss there. Graham got him on a slider, it looked like.
Is that 1-1?
Swung on, popped back. Well, this will be something too. Ooh. That's a hand jammer for somebody in the crowd.
Yeah. Something to keep an eye on is Courtney's still limping a little bit behind the plate, so hopefully he's okay. I mean, he's out there trying, but you can tell that he's struggling a little bit.
2 outs, 2 strikes, and time is called. Nealis is trying to prolong it a little bit here for the Locos. Ben Graham.
The top of the order coming up, too. We'd love to hear him get on base here.
Graham fires home. Instead, it is a strikeout, and that is the ball game. 5-4. The Nixa Suckers hang on and defeat the Republic Locos. That's a very nice 2-inning pitching performance by Ben Graham. Allowed 1 base runner, no hits. And Ben Graham also did score what was the game-winning run. That came back in the 7th inning. So Ben Graham, I do believe Brandon Shipman can go down as the winning pitcher if you want to keep track of that stuff.
I believe that's right.
A nice performance for him on the day. For our Elite Promotions Elite Performer of the game, however, I think we talked about this during the break. I think the move is Matthew DeLeonardo for the Nixa Suckers. This line, he's 2 for 4, reached 3 times. He reached on an error back in the 8th inning, but had a single and an RBI out to right back in a big 2nd inning for the Suckers that put them in the driver's seat initially. And then let's talk about the pitching performance. DeLeonardo, 2 innings. He allowed, 1 earned run on 3 hits, but then he also struck out 5 batters and kept Nixa in the hunt. So that was 4-4 at the time, and he was able to hand the ball to Ben Graham, who would go on to get the win. So by virtue of a little bit of extra work at the dish today, a slight edge to Matthew DeLeonardo, our Elite Promotions Elite Performer of the game. And should mention as well, Josh Engler got it started for the Suckers through 5 innings. He gave up 3 runs. However, only 1 of those was earned. So that is not unusual for Josh Engler either.
It is not.
May have to go back and do a reconstruction. One more of those might have been earned in the 4th, but I don't have time to mess with that for the moment. So what we can tell you, it was 5-4, your final. Fish get the win, so they go to 2 wins, no defeats. Locos fall to 1-1, so creates a little bit of a log jam perhaps in the GRBL North, but Nixa temporarily takes full control of the GRBL South with the win today. Coming up at 3 o'clock, it will be the Branson Showmen at the Ozark Mountain Ducks. Then on baseball night in the Ozarks, the Moon City Mavericks are at the Springfield Metropolitans. Well, Shippy, for a rookie outing, nice performance, young man. You want to come back and do it again?
I do, yes. I had a blast. That was awesome.
We will have you back. I'm going to take a break. I'll come back. I'll talk things over with a couple of guys from the Suckers, but you're released. You're out of here.
Awesome, man. Thank you.
Have a good Sunday. That is Brandon Shipman. We will take a break, so sit tight. We will talk things over with some guys from the Nixa Suckers right after this break. Here's a little message from the director of the Negro Leagues Baseball Hall of Fame, Bob Kendrick.
Talk about some of the dynamic athletes who played in the Negro Leagues. Yeah. I always look at it this way. When I see a LeBron James or I see Michael Jordan come back try to play baseball, those were athletes that would have been in the Negro Leagues. So there's no other professional option.
No question. The greatest athletes in the world played baseball because that was really the only way that you could make a living in a team sport. And if you wanted to be a prize fighter and get in the ring with Joe Louis, go right ahead. Not too many people were making that business decision.
Negro League Baseball, all you needed was a bus, a couple of sets of uniforms. You could have 20 of the best athletes that ever lived.
They could have played anything. Jackie Robinson's weakest sport was likely baseball.
Robbie's coming to the plate. He steals it.
He was a much better basketball, football, track athlete, hell, some say an even better tennis player.
Well, I don't know what kind of a man I am, but I think I'm a pretty good ball player.
Guys like Nat Sweetwater Clifton, who was the first African-American to sign a contract in the NBA. He's a 6'7", 6'8" first baseman for the Chicago American Giants. Goose Tatum, who was perhaps the game's first real two-sport professional star, invented the hook shot, is in the Basketball Hall of Fame, was a slick fielding first baseman for the Indianapolis Clowns. So that's the kind of athlete that the Negro Leagues were drawing.
When Gary and Sandra Henry started Henry's Towing nearly 5 decades ago, customers knew that Henry would be the guy coming to help. People would call and ask to let Henry do it. And as Springfield has grown, our family has grown as well. So there's always someone around to come help you out. Everyone at Henry's is a member of the family, fully trained and as dependable as the original. With a family this size, help is always right around the corner. So if you find yourself in need of roadside assistance, remember to call the name you've grown to know and trust. Remember to let Henry do it.
Hi, everyone. This is Bob Costas, and I'd like to tell you about an interesting new baseball book, A Year of Playing Catch by Ethan Bryan. A Year of Playing Catch is the story of how a lifelong fan was inspired to take a whimsical journey of discovery and the power of our national pastime to forge lasting connections. You can pick up your copy after any Ozark Mountain Ducks game or from your favorite bookseller or online. That's A Year of Playing Catch.
This coffee just isn't doing it for me today.
You say that every morning.
Yeah, I just can't get my day started.
You should really try Sumit's Hot Yoga. They have early morning classes, and trust me, it wakes you up better than coffee.
Sumit's Hot Yoga. You are going to feel awesome.
Hi, I'm Carolyn Hawkins with Key Cornerstone Realty, here to help with all your real estate needs in the St. Louis area. Do you have a house you want to sell for top dollar? We can help. With over 15 years of experience, our negotiating skills and expertise can help buyers and sellers get under contract fast. Contact us at keycornerstonerealty.com or call us at 636-447-8661. And go Locos!
Rantzberger back with you live at U.S. Baseball Park, where the Nixa Suckers are winners, and the Nixa Suckers are 2-0. So look out, at least on a temporary basis. They are in sole possession of first place in the GRBL South Division. Pleased to be joined by our Elite Promotions Elite Performer of the Game in that 5-4 victory, Matthew DeLeonardo from the Nixa Suckers. And Matthew, first of all, just how good does it feel to be 2-0 and starting your season off right?
It feels great. It's a great feeling, great team. I think today was a good win too, because we came out ahead, fell behind a little bit, and then really hung with the whole game. The energy level was high the whole game. It's a good team, good chemistry. I like it.
A little bit different from week one, where he jumped out to that giant 11-0 lead and then ended up hanging on. So this one a little closer, a little more of a high nerves kind of game. Let's talk about your approach at the plate today. Ended up having you down for 2 for 4, but back in the second inning, you guys put up 3 runs in what was a pretty monumental point of the game. What did you see on that RBI single out to right?
Really, my approach there was don't be off balance. I was looking to go right center, stay back, and then if there's a curveball, adjust. And I just saw a fastball away, went with it, and ended up with a base hit.
So yeah, and I don't know a whole lot about you. When was the last time you played baseball and actually got to look at live pitching?
It's been a long time since live pitching. So I was a pitcher in college, just finished up my season this past May.
Okay.
So, mess around in the cages with some friends I see a little bit, but it's really been since high school since I really hit in games.
All right, well, let's talk about pitching, because, you snapped off 5 strikeouts today, did give up 1 earned there in the 7th, but, let's talk about the 6th, first of all. So you give up the triple to Ethan Cole, and then responded with 3 straight strikeouts. Mentally, did you just shift into another gear there?
Yeah, a little bit. I think the whole inning, just as it went on more and more, I got more comfortable out there and started to find the zone a little better.
Well, he's standing right behind you, so let's put him on the spot. Courtney Spitz, you're catching Matthew DiLeonardo there. What do you like from your right-hander?
We really like Matt. It's his first year in the league, and we've got several of those guys. But obviously Matt's got the body for being a pitcher, and tall, lanky. His ball's real heavy. That's something that sneaks by hitters and hard for hitters to pick up. So, we didn't get him on the mound last week, but the goal was to get him out there and get him comfortable this week. And I think he hit the nail on the head. Whenever he was out there, it just got better and better with each batter. And you saw that, with the results of strikeouts after giving up a hit. But that's a testament to a guy that's been pitching for a while. Give up a hit and then just stay cool, calm, and collected and find a way to get the next guy out.
So, Matt, let's talk about the throwing motion a little bit, because it was a definite contrast after we watched 5 innings of Josh Engler. You really almost come from 12 o'clock high.
Yeah, I'm pretty much stereotypical right over the top pitcher. I like it. I'll be about as over the top as you can get. I throw a lot of two seams too, and given my height, I think just that approach gives me a very good downward angle and just makes it that much harder to hit.
So, Coach Spitz, you guys are 2-0 right now, sole possession of first place in the GRBL South, at least for the moment, depending on what happens here between the Showmen and the Mountain Ducks. A little bit of a different story in today's game. How big was it for you guys to be able to fight back and, continue to find that next go-ahead run today?
Yeah, it's just keep producing, right? Just keep getting it to the next guy. And I think we saw that in the first week with a little bit of a comfortable lead, but then the Showmen were able to come back and make it a game. And, we just kept putting up runs when we had to. And I'm pretty confident with every player in this lineup to get up there and get on base for the next guy. And it seems like all of our guys are pretty comfortable in the box. And you never know with some new guys. They'll surprise you. And we got a lot of those, which is good. It's tough to pitch to guys that you don't know. So I'm super happy with our team. Everybody's having a good time. Everybody's having fun. And we're playing good baseball, playing good defense behind good pitching, and off to a good start.
And Matt, so you are one of 31, I counted them up, true rookies in the GRBL this year. So, you're getting a feel for things fast. And then what can you say for just coming together and fostering some teamwork with these guys right out of the gate?
Really, everyone's just really friendly. The chemistry on our team is great. Already making friends, joking around with guys. It's a good atmosphere.
Yeah. So, Courtney, you had to feel good handing the baseball to Ben Graham. He ends up being your winning pitcher today, and also scored the go-ahead run at that.
Yeah, I'm pretty confident in Ben, and his history and playing some high-level baseball. I can put him in any moment. I could start him at the beginning of the game or bring him in to close it with a 1-run lead, and he's got great stuff, and he's very high IQ pitcher. So I trust him if he shakes me off, and he trusts what I calls, and he's been doing really good out there, and tough guy to hit. He's got a lot of pitches, and the ball moves really well.
Real quick, we saw you pull up there in the 8th on what ended up, it was a double play attempts, but you ended up beating the throw. Everything okay?
Yeah, just strained a groin. That's
the
first time that I've ever really felt something like that. But just as I was trying to, like you said, it was a true double play ball, and I was just trying everything I could to beat it out. And as I got about one step from the bag, I felt a slight pull and just tried to hop it off and make sure that it wasn't something that's going to keep me from being able to play next week. But we should be all right.
Speaking of next week, you guys will play at 3 o'clock Sunday, August 28th. You will be the home team once again against the Ozark Mountain Ducks at 3 o'clock. And Spitz, I know Austin Kendrick's probably not going to do anything that surprises you, but as you get ready to watch the Mountain Ducks, is there anything in particular you're looking for or anything you're going to try to scout?
We'll see a good pitcher out of Nick Young. I know Austin's been swinging it well lately. He's got some hits in his first couple games, and the Jamboree included. They're a good team. I feel like every team in this league this year has a great chance to win the game when they toe the rubber. It feels like there's a lot of parity in this league with a lot of great players. The talent level keeps getting up there, and we're kind of dispersing it amongst all teams now, which is a good testament to this whole league. But yeah, they've had my number a couple times in the last couple of years, so I would love nothing better than a 3-0 start after next week. Hopefully we can talk about that.
Sounds good. Look forward to seeing you then.
All right. Appreciate you.
That is Courtney Spitz and Matthew DiLeonardo from the Nixa Suckers. They are winners today, 5-4. They defeat the Republic Locos and improve to 2-0. So that's going to chase us here from US Baseball Park. Quick programming note, if you're tuning in for the Branson Showmen and the Ozark Mountain Ducks, we will stop this stream, and then very quickly we'll start a new stream for that game coming up just a few minutes after 3 o'clock, I do believe. But today's game has been produced and directed by Derek Psycho and Nick Hooper. And for my partner, Brandon Shipman, for Commissioner Tony Lewis, my name is Rance Berger. For all of those involved, once again, 5-4 Suckers defeat the Locos. Good afternoon from Ozark, Missouri.